How we doing, man? How we doing, Rick? We got another game day here, but this time we are joined by a special guest, my man, an X Factor himself, Daniel Sullivan. Danny, how you doing, man?
I'm excited to be here, man. It's a big game for the Cats. I feel like it's a must-win. I feel like most of their games right now are must-wins, as I think you would agree with on that one. Trying to work out the kinks.
Yeah, as with any live, with a group, there is a few things that we have to work out. But we're doing really, really well this time. We figured out which to go through. Not a paid promotion, but hey, shout out Skype
Sky,
for the group live. Big time here. But you know what's also big time, Daniel? This game. Kentucky coming in off a game in which they had control of. A game in which a lot of Kentucky fans, the way it started, probably thought, oh, this is for sure a win. Like there's no other way we're walking out of this game except, the winner. So
100%.
so it's very, very interesting to see how they bounce back. And what is your gut feeling? How are you feeling about this game? Do you think that we do bounce back? How do you think it looks?
This game worries me a lot, man, because I feel like these SEC schools who aren't like these top-notch guys like the Kentucky and Florida, Tennessee, they're trap games every time. And Ole Miss is one of the teams that have historically been a trap game for Cal.
Yeah.
So I worry about this a lot after coming off that last loss. I feel like the guys kind of feel like, okay, we can't make it into the tournament without winning the SEC tournament.
Yeah.
And this isn't the SEC tournament.
Yeah.
But this has to be a tune-up game for the guys. I feel like it has to be. They need it bad.
I think
hope they come out.
I think they have to win out in the regular season just to have enough confidence to even go in the conference tournament with the right attitude and the right mindset. Because if they lose, imagine they lose, the game on Saturday, then they come back, lose tonight, and then they lose the next one. There is no way that, this group could bring it together unless something magical happens, but we bounce back strong. I hope so, Rick. I really do.
Yeah.
I really do. Rick, you weren't able to watch the ending of that game. I hope you had fun at your daughter's soccer game.
Yeah. Did she win, Rick?
Yeah. Did she win? How did that go? We hope all went well. But you missed,
You didn't miss anything we wanted
Yeah.
to watch.
Yeah, exactly. You didn't miss anything too exciting in terms of a Kentucky fan's perspective. But, yeah, we need to bounce back. Ole Miss is a really solid SEC team. They just beat, Missouri. They're a very inconsistent bunch. They kind of remind me a little bit of us. They'll go out there, play really well against a good team, and then they'll go and lose to Vanderbilt, as Ole Miss did last time out. So it'll be an interesting.
Old Miss was a tournament team until this last fall. It's like Joe Lenardi had him in the last four out right there. And, if a win against Kentucky tonight means a lot to them.
Oh, yeah.
Because Kentucky's rolling, and the tournament committee knows that. Like, they know Kentucky's rolling pretty well, and they're going to value a Kentucky win right now a lot in the eyes of the committee. So it is a really big game for that Ole Miss team.
Yeah. Yeah, we just have to be prepared because, as always, it is a battle. It's a war. Anytime, a team, especially in a down year for Kentucky, everybody wants to give Kentucky their best shot every time they step on the court. No matter what kind of
100%.
year we're having, she plays travel soccer and only girl on the team. She did well. Hey, that's awesome.
That's exciting, right?
You should be a proud father. That's very, very cool. But yeah, like this, we have to win in my eyes. And like I said last stream, if you were here, every game from here on out is the most important game of the year. Because a loss in the SEC tournament means more than likely our season's done. Cal's not going to go to some bum tournament for no reason.
You don't think he will?
No, I don't think there's a point to. What does
I think
does he gain from it?
He gains his players' exposure. He lets Brandon Boss have another game to show to NBA talent. Same with guys like Olivier Sarr, who right now have no chance of making in the league or really anywhere right now. Give him another chance to play ball.
Yeah, I could see that. But
Cal's very much of a player's coach, and those players are going to value that time, especially like the one and dones. Like, yes, it's not the NCAA tournament, but it's 2, 3, 4, potentially 4 games to be like, hey, NBA scouts, like, come look at me.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it from that sense, I can see where he would want to. But my eyes and my goals are set on the NCAA tournament. I don't want to
Completely
settle.
agree, yeah.
Don't want
But
to settle
I
on
did want to
anything
bring
less.
that up. I was
Yeah.
curious about your thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, if we need a win, we need to win out, and we need to play well. Rick is about to come
100%.
through. Kentucky is 2 games away from win or it's over. Time to start playing like a cat backed into a corner. Yeah,
Exactly.
it's time. Like if there was a time, it's now. We gotta get rolling. Man, what better time than tonight on Super Tuesday? We've had a packed slate of games on ESPN. The last NIT was embarrassing. That's kind of where my head went.
Yeah,
It's
the
not-
last NIT was completely embarrassing, 100%. But that is the only time that Kentucky in the Cal era has missed a tournament, and he accepted his bid to the NIT.
You are right, but this is a really weird year.
100%. But the year is so weird that he might have the opportunity to, in that NIT tournament, play Duke, North Carolina,
Yeah.
some schools that you don't usually see in the NIT. And you're telling me, like, Kentucky and Duke play in the championship game of the NIT, that's not aired over a lot of the March Madness first-round games? Because it is.
Dude, I would
Especially by pro scouts. 100%.
struggle. I would struggle what to watch. I would be at such a conflict.
We would stream the Cats versus Duke in
I
the
know,
NIT
but
championship,
March
and
Madness
we would be
is-
hyped up.
March Madness is just March Madness, you know. I would not be super hyped for an NIT. I would want to win. Don't get me wrong.
We'd
Right.
hang a banner.
You really think we would?
No, I really hope we wouldn't. I'd be upset if we did.
Yes, Bryce, you're exactly right. That's one of our keys to the game. Isaiah Jackson, please, for the love of everything good and holy, stop fouling. Just play defense, bub. We need you out
Yeah.
there.
He struggles with that bad, especially when he gets like one cheap one early in the game.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, if the ref gives him a bad call early in the game, he's in trouble.
Yeah.
Because that's what you saw against Florida right there. He got a cheap foul at the beginning of the game that he probably didn't deserve, and then you saw him play 15 minutes the entire game.
Yeah, Rick says the team had checked out with the NIT game, so I believe the players today would opt out. That's an interesting
take. I agree that year they very much were. But I really feel like, especially guys like Brandon Boston, guys like Devin Askew, who don't know what their plan is next year.
You think
that would help.
you don't think Devin Askew is coming back?
I pray Devin Askew's coming back. He's my favorite player on this team. I really hope he does.
He's coming back.
Yeah, Bryce, 4 fouls a game. He has to be near the top of the country in fouls per game, 100%.
Has to.
I really hope Davion Mintz comes back. I 100% do.
Yeah. Real quick, kind of before the game gets going, as Michigan and Illinois are coming to a close finally.
Finishing it up.
Absolute blowout. Kind of an unexpected blowout, but I'm going to stick with the keys to the game that I had last week outside of, instead of Keon, I'm putting in don't foul Isaiah Jackson, please. Isaiah Jackson, we need you on the court. We need you out there. You provide so much just like flexibility to our lineups where we can run, Jacob Toppin at the 3, but whenever, Jackson fouls and he's in foul trouble and has to go to the bench, Jacob Toppin ran more as a 4, and we don't want him in there as a 4. He's out there to be that 3, that athletic 3 that runs the floor, can defend, and he's one of our best defenders. Kentucky Duke would work. Kentucky Indiana would work, but Kentucky in a mid-major would not. That is, Rick,
That's very true.
That's a
100%.
great take because, again, I'm on the side of I don't see why Kentucky would do it. Cal has nothing to prove. Maybe the players do, but I think that most of them, their minds are made up, whether they need to show the scouts more or not. I think a lot of them know what they're going to be doing. So that's kind of just my takeaway from it. But, yeah, keys to the game real quick. Jackson, stay out of foul trouble. 2,
100%.
share the sugar. Please.
100%.
Last game, when our 3-game winning streak was going on, we averaged double digits assists. Last game, we put up like 6 or 7. We have to get into the double digits of assists, and we have to make our shots. I mean, we played awful last game. and we're in the game in the second half, late into the second half, with a chance to win. We had no reason being in that game with our lack of shooting. You know, we got back to the Kentucky of old, where the first few weeks where they couldn't hit a shot to save their life.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to be able to make our shots. We got to create for others. We got to make easy shots, create the shots, and ultimately make the shots. You know, that's what you're here to do. At the end of the day.
And they've picked that up. If you asked us early in the year, why was Kentucky losing so many games? It's because we couldn't hit shots. They have found their rhythm. They are hitting their shots. And now everything else is starting to look like it's falling in place. But tonight's a big test for that.
Yes, win SEC tournament and shot college basketball. That is obviously the goal. Andrew, Stacy, what's going on? Feed, Sarr, and Jackson. So you want us to take a big man approach. The guard play for Ole Miss is actually pretty solid.
Very solid.
They have
that
a
is
lot.
Where they're...
Yes, they're a really solid backcourt. So I mean, and our defenders have normally done a pretty good job with good point guards. You see it with Sharif Cooper. You saw it with Jaden Springer the second time we played him. You saw it with Scottie Pippen Jr. from Vanderbilt. And then you saw it last time out from how we defended Trey Mann. We did a really good job on him in the first half. Second half, second half he got rolling a little bit. So, I mean, we only have so many more days that we can say, you know, Kentucky is guaranteed to play. So, 8 days away from the SEC tournament. It's now or never. 2 games left. Last road game of the season. We're about to get rolling, man. I'm really excited to have you again. Appreciate you for joining us. It's Bryce. I just got on my Chromebook. I got you.
Excited to have you back, Bryce.
Yeah, appreciate you coming back.
We thought we lost you there. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for this game. Like I said, we're about to tip off right now, so it's a big one. It's a trap game. Don't let it hurt you.
Big one. This is a pretty court, man. Wow.
I like Ole Miss. Yeah, I agree.
As Isaiah
they just have a terrible
Jackson,
logo.
Yes. Isaiah Jackson wins the tip, and now Askew will get the ball rolling for the offense. Mintz over to Jackson, down low into Sarr. Hey, Andrew, feeding it down low to Sarr. Great move.
And he hit it.
Fades.
What a little pretty hook on the left block by Olivier Sarr.
Beautiful move there by Sarr. As now Ole Miss getting their offense going. Schuler, Joyner, Rodriguez, Buffin, and White. Schuler up top, over to Joyner. These are their 2 premier guards. Over to Rodriguez. Got to start learning the names again. Schuler to Rodriguez.
Loose ball?
Loose ball now.
Early shot clock violation by the
Great
Cats.
defense there.
That is beautiful. Ole Miss had no idea they were even almost out of time.
My man Bryce is flexing now. Like I said, feed Sarr.
He's watching the game, got us pulled up.
Love that. As now Askew is going to go to work. Gets it into Jackson. Jackson's got to be stronger than that. Now Askew will go to work now. Attacking downhill, loses his footing. And got called for steps. Turnover number 1.
That was an ugly possession by Isaiah Jackson.
Yes, it was. You have to be strong, and then Askew didn't really help him, I wouldn't say.
No.
But
that was an ugly 2-minute game. Here we go. Ole Miss with the ball.
We got Joyner downhill. Can't find nobody. Hands it over to his running mate, Schuler. It's good.
That Schuler and Joyner is where we can lose the game because Schuler's averaging that 16 points per game, 9th in the SEC.
Yeah, they're really good guard play. Their backcourt, like we said early, very, very good. They're crafty. They're tough. They can score with the basketball. So our defense has to be locked in and ready to go. As now it looks like Askew is running the offense. They get it to Sarr at the block, or at the elbow rather. He'll shoot, and it's off.
I don't like that shot one dang bit. He shoots it from one step in front of the 3-point line with a full shot clock.
Me either. All the way inside, it's up and in. That is KJ Buffin. He averages 8.5 and 4 rebounds. Boston.
We get the ball back down to Sarr.
So
he
looks
takes
like
it to Askew for the open 3. No good. But big rebound? Nope. We're battling for it, but Ole Miss comes out with it.
It's Joyner. Joyner comes out of the pack with the rebound. Buffin looking.
Doesn't know what to do with it.
No, he does not. But you bet my man Schuler will find that rock. He's playing with it. Thought about it.
Schuler, all
Great
the way
backdoor. Great backdoor.
Deflected, but still goes in.
Beautiful backdoor cut by Schuler.
Davion Mintz with a quick pull-up three. No good. Wow. He has
It's
gotten
ours.
very cocky with that shot. And when it goes in, I absolutely love it. But on a possession like that, you come down, full shot clock, you step back into a shot like that, you don't love it when you brick it, you know?
Yeah.
What do you think? You like that shot from him?
I like the confidence personally. I love it whenever a shooter feels some confidence because now he'll be rolling. Keon comes in quick and a nice jump shot. Keon Brooks comes in nice and early. I like that move. I'm a big believer in getting Keon going early. As now Buffin has it. Get it over to Joyner. Joyner. Back over to Rodriguez. Inside now. To
Absolutely bullied Olivier Sarr.
Romello White. Big man. Averages 11 a game. 6 rebounds. Very solid player. Back to Sarr. Sarr. Couple jabs. Into the middle. Lefty hook is up and no good. And now Ole Miss pushing. 8-4 start here for the Rebels. And he's fouled.
There's that foul.
Was that on
The
Sarr?
Herbert.
Was that on Sarr? I
Looks
sure
like it
hope
could
so.
be. We'll see.
I sure hope so.
Ole Miss
Yeah.
just drives right down the middle of the lane, gets in a jumble. They get a cool bailout call.
That post up by Romello White just shows how weak Olivier Sarr
Olivier
is.
Sarr is. For a fifth-year player, that's not good.
He is so weak, man. As now, I believe that is Schuler. Schuler, he's playing with it, man. Beautiful
And there it
pass.
goes again.
Romello White.
absolutely bullies Olivier Sarr down low. And
He's getting
just
right where he
slams
wants to
it.
get, man. Right where he wants to get. 10-4 Rebels early. 16-10 to go. BJ, terrible pull-up. This is starting to look like the team early on in the year. Kind of
This
playing
looks
for
very
themselves. BJ's a little bit, he just forced the shot
Forced
there.
shot.
Joyner. Step back. Won't go. That's over the back. Got to be.
Yeah, I know. If it would have been anything but a knock out of bounds, they would have had to call that one. So
As
quick 10-4 lead for Ole Miss.
The
and
Rebels.
It looks ugly. We've taken
Yes.
poor shots. Outside of that very first possession where we get Olivier Sarr down low, we have not seen the ball inside hardly at all.
Yeah, I mean, they went towards like the high post with Sarr, but
Mm-hmm.
then he just turned and fired. It's not even
And
like
that was a foot in front of the three-point line.
Yeah, it's not
because
even like he
Romello was just pushing on it.
Yeah, it didn't even look like he wanted to go to work because they obviously saw something in the film to want to get Sarr involved early.
Just like Bryce said.
Yeah, I mean, Andrew Stacy's all over it. I mean, Bryce, you want to drive down to Mississippi and talk to Coach Cal and the guys and talk to Sarr for a minute?
Yeah.
I mean, my
I
man
mean, and then-
Sarr.
Then you see the great little pull-up jumper out of Keon Brooks,
Yeah, a little
beautiful
spin
pass
shot.
into
It was
him.
beautiful, yeah.
where then you see the absolutely terrible pull-up by B.J. Boston.
That was I need the ball and I want to take a shot so bad right now.
You could have talked about a foul right there. That's what he wanted. He wanted a whistle, pretty badly. But he didn't get the whistle, and then I don't even think he hit the rim on the shot either.
No, it went straight up in the air. But
Yeah. That was ugly.
Very
Ugly Sarr.
ugly.
Olivier Sarr is getting bullied down low.
Rick, if you are in here, man, what are you seeing? What are you guys seeing? Tell us in the chat down below. What does Kentucky need to do? Again, it is just the beginning, and Kentucky is known for times in the game where they just go dry, where they look terrible, but then they go on. Their defense allows them to stay in some games, and then they go on runs where you're like, okay, this is the team that
That
you
we
know,
were excited about.
yeah, that we can be. So again, 10-4, early lead for the Rebels.
This timeout was super important for Kentucky and Coach Cal.
Yeah.
Because if we kept going down that route, we would have taken another pretty rough shot. So I think this timeout is a very big help. And his first possession out of it is the Cats' ball.
Yes, I do believe. It was tipped out of bounds by Buffin on the other end.
Yeah, you're right.
So
it's Kentucky ball. I like coming out of a timeout. Coach Cal has a play set. I like those possessions.
stop shooting so early in the shot clock. Yes, that's a great take. Like Daniel said with Mintz, he pulled straight up into one. For no really reason. I can watch the game where I am assuming this is SEC network game. I can't watch the game.
This is
where I am.
ESPN, Rick.
Yes, this is the ESPN.
Big boy. We're on Super Tuesday tonight, Rick.
Yeah,
so this is the big time ESPN 1, not ESPN 2. The big guys.
Super Tuesday. In college, do you see a sense of urgency?
We had the Illinois-Michigan game, and now we're hopping right into the Kentucky-Ole Miss game.
No, there's not a sense of urgency right now.
None.
You know, maybe a sense of urgency to shoot, but they're not shooting great shots.
They have a sense of urgency to make themselves look good right now.
And they look terrible
Which
trying to do
is
it.
what is very bad for a Kentucky squad.
As now we get back into the action, Askew, screen from Jackson. Keon Brooks. They're trying to work the high-low game that I love, and they'll get it into Jackson. He'll take it downhill, go for himself. Right-handed hook is good.
Beautiful shot by Isaiah Jackson.
That's
The
the
bigs
move.
right there have the game to make that look good.
I have been screaming for ever since we've done these lives for Kentucky games. Do the high-low set about every time you come down the court. There's no
I
reason
agree.
you shouldn't.
And then Isaiah Jackson with a big steal on a bad pass. Kentucky going down the floor.
Jacob Toppin playing the three as he likes, man. That's where we like him.
As I like.
Jackson. Nope. Keon Brooks battles down there, man.
He does. He has a motor.
Yes, he does. As I believe that is Schuler. Schuler playing with it. Gets wide open. Won't go, though. Keon pushing up to Mintz. Mintz, he'll pull it out. Okay, smart decision. Smart decision there. As now Mintz looking to enter it into Keon. Keon with the smaller defender. Schuler on him. Kicks it out, Askew. Mintz, he'll drive, draw, kick. Beautiful offense, and he got fouled. Isaiah Jackson on the rack attack got hit on the arm.
Isaiah Jackson is going to be a great pro player. I will say that many times. He could be awesome.
He's going to be awesome. So long, athletic. That was the best. Rick, if you're not able to watch the game, thanks, I found a live stream. Attaboy. But, like, that offensive set right there, they were all sharing the ball, finding each other, making the extra pass, being unselfish. And then Isaiah Jackson gets rewarded by getting fouled and probably could have put it down as well.
I thought he did at first. So
I would've
Isaiah
gone
Jackson's at the line for 2 free throws. Missed the first, but made the second. Yes, we missed the first free throw.
Yep, 10-7. Got to hit free throws. Yes, we do. 10-7, 14-30 to go.
Yeah.
Schuler over to, I don't have his name written down. I'll have to find that one. Ole Miss kind of swinging it around the perimeter here. Attacking downhill, kicks it out. I think that's Buffin. No, that's Robert Allen. He kicks it cross court to Schuler. Schuler attacking. He's got nowhere to go. Now he'll hand it over, and that's a terrible shot. Good defense by Jackson. Keon. Oh, my good. Great charge, though.
Charge! Davion Mintz. That was sloppy basketball, and Davion Mintz saved us right there.
Beautiful. Beautiful charge right there. You got to
100%.
sacrifice your body. I'm going to pull up their depth chart real quick so I can jot these names down. So what have we liked so far from the Cats as they bring it into the front court? Looks like Ole Miss going with a 1-3-1 trapping zone and a kick ball violation. That's Gallatin County basketball, the charge. Hey, you know the vibes, Bryce. That's what it's all about, making that extra play as the zone. That's what we saw all game against Florida. As BJ now on the wing, hands it over to Mintz, and they kick it around the perimeter. Keon enters into the middle. Terrible shot, but he'll get his miss. Out to Mintz. BJ Set him up, won't go. They're battling.
Great
Toppin.
rebound.
My goodness, way to battle on the glass. Now they're showing a little bit of urgency. Keon, that's butter.
We saw Keon right there in that high, right around the free throw line. He has made 2 of those jumpers tonight, and that has looked very good.
He just turns, faces, and fires, and it's a work of art. Keon Brooks is now Toppin. I've said our best perimeter defender finds himself on Schuler. Schuler, he's playing with it. My goodness. Schuler, attacking, can't find nobody. He'll just zip it inside to KJ Buffin, and Buffin scores it. 12-9. Mintz over to Boston. Boston to Toppin. Toppin going one-on-one. Just attacking downhill and deflected out of bounds. I thought we were going to get a foul there.
I did too. I think that one should have been a foul. But I like that. When Toppin goes downhill, he looks very good.
He looks a lot better than what he did early on. Early on in the year, he would have gotten moved off his spot. He was able to take the contact. And
man, we missed Terrence Clark.
Man, we didn't even
Keon,
get this.
again, just a little face-up. That one not able to go. A little bit deeper than his usual face-up shot right there.
Not sure what you guys did, but the delay is so much better. I haven't, no clue.
Thank you, Rick.
We'll figure it out. Whatever we did, hey, it's working. I turned down the
Yeah,
quality a notch, but as now attacking inside on Jackson. Jackson corrals the miss. Up to Mintz. Mintz now pushing. Davion Mintz. Dude, this is a physical game. They're letting some things go. Keon Brooks, good spin move. Gets right where he wants. Left-handed finish is no good. That's where Keon Brooks still needs to improve. His strength at the rim, his ability to finish through contact. As you saw there, he just got bumped off that spot by a guard. Luckily, the guard missed, and Jackson corralled the rebound. Mintz all the way. No foul. He'll collect the rebound. Very physical game.
Isaiah Jackson.
He's flying
An
in, man.
awesome little dunk right there to put the score to an 11-12 deficit going into the under 12 timeout. This is an extremely physical game, like you said, man.
Yeah.
Super physical.
Yes, it is.
They are bumping. They are pushing. The refs know that this is one of the last games in SEC conference play, and they are showing it 100%.
Yeah. It's a great game, though. I like it whenever refs don't try to control the game. So let's hope that this is a whole game thing and they don't get away from it, down the stretch and whenever the games really start mattering. Jackson is scoring 15-plus points. That is from Bryce. Bryce, last time you called somebody to score over 20, I don't know if you remember, Lakers-Warriors stream, you called Kelly Oubre to score over 20. Look how that turned out.
I will say, though, one of our keys to the game was to keep Isaiah Jackson in the game.
Yes, it was.
And with this physical style of play, I mean, right now he has 0 fouls. So that is beautiful for Kentucky's future. Because on the defensive presence, we are a different team when Isaiah Jackson's on the floor and when he's off the floor.
Yes.
By a lot.
It's not even close. It's not even close. The way our defense is with him on and off the court. Because with like I said, then Toppin has to play a different position. You can't put Toppin on the best, on-ball player. You now have to pair him up to try to, rebound the ball. So if he stays out of foul trouble,
100%. When Jackson's on the floor, it elevates Kentucky's team by a lot.
It does.
Completely off the defensive end in the way he's able to fly around. Yeah, completely, Rick. If he stays out of foul trouble, that's why we were saying, like, with this physical style of basketball, I mean, we're 8 minutes into the game, and he doesn't have a foul yet. That might be a new record for Isaiah Jackson.
That's big time, and that's what you want to see. We need to see this, and this is what probably the draft scouts need to see, that he can play without fouling. That's probably the biggest question mark of Isaiah Jackson. Can he play without fouling? And and he's got time and towards the end of the year to really take us on that run and be the anchor to the defense and be the anchor to the offense, because he has the ability and the talent. He's long, he's athletic, he can face up, he can attack, he's smooth, he's aggressive. But again, it all comes down to, can he stay out of foul trouble?
Yeah. It comes down to how many minutes he's on the floor. Because we saw it against Florida. He didn't play many minutes.
Yeah.
He got into foul trouble early in the first, forcing him to sit most of the end of the first half, which is a big reason why it allowed Florida right back into that game.
Yeah.
Because there was a time Kentucky got up over 10, if I'm not wrong, correct?
Yep, early on in the first half.
And then, before we know it, Isaiah Jackson's on the bench with 2 fouls, so we know he's not playing the rest of the half. And then, bada bing, bada boom, we see it. Florida's in the game. Florida takes the lead before half.
Yeah. I mean, so that's the way it rolls.
Rick, you're preaching to the choir. We are 2 different teams with and without Jackson. He's the only one that changes the game, makes us much better. I completely agree. He is the only guy on the team that literally changes if we are how good of a team we are.
Completely agree.
You can sub out the other 7, 8 guys, and it doesn't make a big difference. But when Jackson's in and when Jackson's out, it is noticeable.
That's I couldn't have said it any better myself.
That defensive side of the ball for Isaiah Jackson is special.
It adds a wrinkle, as we've been saying. It adds to the team. It makes us, like Rick just said, very, very good. As Sarr, Jackson, Askew, Boston, Mintz, the starting crew, and that's a 3-ball. I didn't get to see the number.
Ole Miss with Matthew Murrell quickly
Murrell
came down and hit a 3.
And
now we're seeing a 1-3-1 out of Ole Miss right off the jump right here.
Mintz corner. Skips it to BJ. BJ downhill.
Ooh.
Nobody there.
BJ Boston threw a pass to an Ole Miss assistant coach. It literally had hit the assistant coach in the foot. There was no one there. That was just lack of knowledge. That was poor.
That guy's wearing white too, and we're wearing blue jerseys.
Blue. Yeah, that wasn't good.
How do you mistake that?
But here we go. Ole Miss bringing it down with a 15-11 lead. 11 minutes to go. Passing it around up top. They quickly get it inside. Isaiah Jackson against them.
Buffin.
Back out.
Over to, I believe that one is Joyner. That is Joyner. Oh. Deflected and fouled. Joyner
drives with his right hand into the middle of the lane. Quick, easy foul on Davion Mintz. Davion Mintz is not happy about it, but he swiped down. Oh, I didn't like that.
Oh, that's for a physical.
Off that replay, I don't like that foul one bit.
For a physical game that they've been calling so far.
That's not good.
That is an extremely.
But right before it, he slapped down.
He did.
And then he goes up.
I don't know if you guys are loyal listeners, but one thing I preach is for young basketball players, do not slap down. Even if you don't foul, it looks like a foul. The refs sometimes don't know if you fouled or not. They go off how it looks. And if it looks bad, as now still some zone pressure.
Looks like a little 2-1-2, maybe 2-3 now.
I was about to say, why is Sarr playing on the wing? As he cuts middle, shoots the midi, offline. Jackson battling, can't collect it. And now Ole Miss on the push. That's Joyner. Joyner gets a screen from White. I'm surprised they haven't gone back to White in the post.
There he is.
Romeo White. Off line, but Buffin rebounds it. Buffin up, under, fouled. There's the first foul of the game for Isaiah Jackson.
I didn't like that one either, in all honesty. I thought that was pretty clean. I'd like to see a replay of it, but that one looked like a pretty good swat to me.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of, he got him up on the up fake, and if you leave your feet and a player goes up, it's pretty hard to recover for the rejection. That's Buffin, ugly free throw, and it's short.
Misses the first.
That was an extremely ugly shot.
You're not wrong.
As now Buffin, 17-11, 10-15 to go. Buffin nails the second. This is not November or December. That turnover was uncalled for. That is exactly right.
True, right.
You know, first week, first month of the season, I can understand, be like, okay. But, I mean, again,
Still seeing this pressure right here. I think it's confusing the Cats a little bit. It's getting them off their balance.
It is. It's taken us forever to get any sort of offense going. It's now Sarr's handling. Good pass. Topping one more to Jackson. He got hammered.
He got hit pretty hard.
He got hammered trying to put it in down low. As now Jackson will go to the line again.
Jackson at the line for 2. It's an 18-11 lead for Ole Miss with just about 9:56 to go.
Struggling offensively so far, seeing a lot of what we saw late in the Florida game. Not a consistent offensive game so far. But something that Florida did as Jackson misses another free throw, something that Florida did that now Ole Miss has gone to is the trapping zones. That's what Florida stuck to the whole game, a little press back into a zone.
As Isaiah Jackson steps up to take a second free throw, we need him to hit his free throws. He hits the second once again. He's had 2 trips to the line, missed his first, made his second.
Right now, he is the 15th ranked draft prospect in ESPN's little mock draft as White turns his back, trying to get down low. They swing it all the way around. You see Schuler is back. He gets a screen. Looking to go to work. Dishes it off. Attacking downhill. They kick it back out to Schuler now. Learning all the names of every SEC team is so difficult. That's a tough shot. But it's all butter. My goodness. 21 to 12.
As the shot clock expires, sends up a prayer. That's just a shot that goes in against Kentucky.
Mintz, open 3-ball. Wing shot won't go and battle for the rebound. It got deflected out by a cat, and it's the Rebels'
battle
ball.
For the rebound between 2 Kentucky Wildcats, Olivier Sarr and Jacob Toppin, which gives the ball to Ole Miss. Ole Miss has their first chance to take a double-digit lead right here, even before the 8-minute intermediate timeout. This is ugly, because that shot right there, they are excited. They are pressuring. They look like they had Sammy Hunter just hit a last-second 3. He averages 1 point a game.
Yeah, I didn't even have him written down. I didn't even realize he played.
I don't think he usually does.
I don't think he does either. I'm used to an Ole Miss that doesn't dig deep into their bench as they kick it out to Crawley. Crawley looking, and out again. Sammy Hunter.
Sammy Hunter,
Thank goodness as White clears it. But now, pull-up shot by Muriel. It's off, and a foul on the rebound. Kentucky
giving
ball.
the ball back to the Cats.
21 to 12, 8:40 to go.
This little 40-second stretch before this next timeout is very important for this momentum.
We are shooting 5 of 18 from the floor. Dante Allen checks in for the first time. As Toppin inside to Keon. Keon looking. He was looking for Dante Allen. And that should be our ball, and it is.
And
Ole
they
Miss.
get it to Dante, but loses control of it. Very poor pass right
Terrible pass. It was an awful pass. Put him in a really bad spot. Ole Miss's defense is very energetic right now. They are energized. As you said, they are very excited. Jackson, he's just going to hand it back to Devin. Devin going around the top of the key, enters it into Jackson. Jackson back to Askew. Askew back to Askew. I mean, they playing hot potato. Dante, 3-ball. No. Rebound by Muriel. He's pushing off his foot. That's the Sammy Hunter we know.
Yeah, that's the one we expected. To clank at 3 and then dribble off his foot.
There's Dante Allen, a kid that's gone through literally the down, then up, and then down. The man was the hero, we thought, for Kentucky's season. People kind of figured out if you put a body on him, he's not going to do too much. And now he gets another opportunity here in a game in which our offense is so stagnant. As he gets it here back to Mintz. They're just looking to enter it in. Toppin, pump fake, hands it over to Dante. They're all trying to feed it to him, though. I think they know. Keon, downhill. Can't finish. Another one of those that if he wants to make the league one of these days, which I think he has the opportunity to be, he's got to finish those tough drives like that. 5 of 20 from the field for Kentucky. Cross-court pass for the Rebels. Get it back to Crawley. Crawley out to Sammy Hunter, and they'll call a double dribble. And now
this Ole Miss defense right now is legit.
They're chaotic. They're pressing. They're causing Kentucky to literally late into the. We're finally getting the ball past like the volleyball line with like 10 seconds to go in the shot clock, 15 seconds to go in the shot clock. So they're having to work for everything.
They are cutting every passing lane. There are not easy passing lanes right now. Every pass Kentucky is making is hard.
There's a hand, there's an arm, there's a leg, there's a body. Everywhere you look, there's a rebel.
I'm super impressed by this because I did not expect the Ole Miss defense to come in and just absolutely interrupt us this much. Because you haven't seen a defense do this to a very much improved Kentucky offense in the past 5, 6, 7 games. I mean, this defense looks awesome.
Yeah, it really does. It really does. And, how does Kentucky respond? Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. How do they respond? How do they get on the board? Because eventually you got to score. Eventually you have to put the ball in the bucket. So it'll be interesting to see here as Kentucky finds himself down. They're struggling to score. I'm pretty sure we've scored probably half of our points through the free throw line. So
I don't know. I'm not sure on that stat. But, man, it's hard to watch. I mean, all these Kentucky fans love seeing Dante Allen in the game. But, I mean, watch what he just did in those, past 2 minutes. When he gets the ball, he can shoot the ball very well. He's a great shooter. But when he gets the ball, he is immediately looking for Devin Askew to give it right back to him.
Because he can't create.
Yeah, he cannot create for himself. And he's not super strong with the ball. When he has the ball in that tough defense that we're facing right now, they're going to take it from him.
Oh,
and
easy.
You saw that on his very first play in the game. That rough pass, which was not his fault at all. But he had a battle for the ball, and he did not win that battle. He got lucky he was on the out-of-bounds line.
Yeah, I mean, he's just a guy like everybody wants to believe that the Kentucky boy born and raised can be the savior of the season, but that's just not how it goes. He's a very one-dimensional player. I love the kid. I think he's a great kid. Was really happy for him whenever he turned it on. Why can't we get some shooters and get away from athletic players? Year after year, we are known as poor shooting team. But we always have that guy. Like last year, it was Quickly. A few years back, it was Hero. And then you look back, then you go, Jamal Murray, then Malik Monk. Archie Goodwin was a pretty good scorer on the really bad team that came through. Kevin Knox was that shooter. We have always had that one that can score the ball and that we can run what Cal loves running, which is the double horns with the down screens and all of that.
Which is what Brandon Boston was supposed to be.
And Terrence Clark. That's what the two-headed freshman monster was supposed to give us. And it has not.
You were very high on Terrence Clark, right?
I love Terrence Clark. Coming in, I thought he was going to be the real deal. I thought he was the best player that we had coming in. I thought him and Isaiah Jackson were worlds above everybody. Isaiah's looked great, but Terrence, he's done. He won't play again. So, 21-12. We can't score. 7:23 to go. 8-14.
It's all about how you finish this half right here. I mean, you look back to last week, you saw that Florida game. This is the exact same way, but it was opposite. Let's see if Kentucky can do what Florida did to us.
Turn it on.
But here we go. We're seeing that exact same defense.
Extended 1-3-1
in the game.
He's giving Dante some extended run here. They fire it in. They could have hit the corner. Dante was standing all alone, but instead they try getting it inside, and it's deflected out of bounds. Kentucky still owns possession. 21-12. 7:09 to go. Jackson back into Mintz. I mean, everywhere they go, they can't get even an open look. Mintz over to Allen. To Toppin. They're just rotating the ball. 7 to go. Inside to Jackson. Jackson facing one-on-one. Me versus you. Jackson just throws it up off the glass. Can't go.
The defense looks awesome. It's not good.
As now Crawley will bring it into the front court, hand it over to White. White now hands it over. And they'll get it right inside to Buffin rather, sorry. And it is deflected out of bounds and will be Kentucky ball. As it's 21-12. 6:40 to go. 5 of 22 from the field, Daniel. I mean, goodness.
And Ole Miss has 6 turnovers, and yet they're beating us by 9.
Keon. Downhill to Allen. Allen about stumbles and falls. Picks up his dribble. Mintz now. Drives, draws, kicks. Toppin now attacking. Over to Mintz. They're just passing the ball around. Mintz pump fake. Drives all the way. Right-handed scoop shot, and he's fouled. My goodness. And that's kind of what we have to do, though, to take the pressure off a little bit. Go downhill. Get to the rim try to make something happen.
We're not going to beat them going one-on-one with Isaiah Jackson.
Yeah.
Because then we're just going to see it thrown up off the glass.
Because
And our three-point shooters are just not getting open right now. Simple as that.
a lot of credit goes to Ole Miss defense, their game plan.
100%.
But you'd like to see a little counterpunch. Sarr and Boston check back in. Jackson is out. I'm sure they took out Dante.
I would assume.
As Mintz back as they finally get on the board again. I feel like it's been forever.
Yes, Dante's out of the
And
game
he missed
now.
a free throw. We're just going 1 for 2, 1 for 2, 1 for 2. I'm getting frustrated over here, man. 21-13, 6 minutes to go. Schuler inside to White. Tough finish.
As Ole Miss takes their first 10-point lead of the game.
Mintz cross court. Boston inside. Sarr. He was wide open for a stretch but couldn't get it up. That's just a slow pass. Keon outside. Boston. Mid-range. Terrible shot. Air ball. Now up to Schuler. Schuler playing with it. Get a screen from White. This two-man game has been it for the Ole Miss Rebels. I mean, that's a nice jump shot wide open. They're battling down low. Keon rips it away. Mintz on the push. Joyner has not gotten going for the Rebels. That is the good news. BJ, set your feet. Get your puppies in order. It's good.
Thank goodness. We hit a field goal.
BJ Boston. And not only that, it was a 3. There is a God, Daniel. There is a God.
That's our shooter, Rick.
That's our shooter. As now, Joyner playing with it. Out to Schuler. Schuler looking over. Gets it over. Rodriguez. He's not looking to do anything with it. As now Buffin. They just get the ball to Joyner and and Schuler and try to let them do all the work as another shot clock violation.
That is a big momentum boost for Kentucky. You hit a 3, you go down on the defensive end, you shut them out. Force them to shoot from 10 feet behind the three-point line. Air ball, shot clock violation. Go down the other way and get a bucket. Right here is where you can seal something right here.
This is big. Mintz looking inside to Keon. Gets it there. Keon facing up. He'll just turn, fire. It's good.
I will say I hated that shot, but I'm very glad that he took it.
23-18. Here come the Cats. True, we had shooter, not shooters. Yeah, we had like that one guy, Rick. That one guy.
There we go. Big momentum defensive stand.
Here we
right
go.
here.
Rodriguez over to Buffin. Buffin looking for Schuler. I want to call him Puler. I don't know why. But Schuler over to Buffin. Buffin playing with it. Can he walk? But I don't care. Toppin rips it away. Here come the Cats. Mintz wide open. Almost stumbled as he attacks. Inside to Keon. Keon looking to go to work out. Mintz wide open 3. You bet. Here come the Cats.
Let's go, Cats. Come on, baby. Play guitar.
23-21, 3:49 to go. He's supposed to be our other guy.
Yes,
Mintz.
and that is an Ole Miss timeout.
23.
That's not a foul. Ole Miss called that timeout right there. That's an 8-0 run. Cats hit down two big threes, 2 massive defensive stops. That is the most momentum we've seen since the first 4 minutes of that Florida game.
That's exactly right. Beautiful run right there. Beautiful stretch. Defense leads to offense, as the old saying goes. It's crazy what happens when you D up, get a few stops, force a few ill-advised shots. Let's go, man. Big hits. The confidence should start to get rolling.
100%. Cats go from down 10 to down 2 right there.
Big time.
One of the biggest flaws in Kentucky basketball this year has been ending halves.
Yeah.
And right there, we saw at the end of the 8 minutes to the 4 minute span right there, that is towards the end of the half, and we just killed that. If we see that more, this team is different, because that is one of the things that has not gotten better, is ending off halves.
That's exactly right. We've been the team that can't score. Quick shout out to my cousin. I see her during a little ad here, or whatever they call these, a trailer for a movie. Quick shout out. Awesome what you're doing down there in Hollywood. Keep doing what you're doing, girl. But now we're back on.
Cherry?
Little shout out Sierra Bravo. She was in Big Time Rush For those of you that don't know.
Sierra Bravo's your cousin?
Yeah, sir. Had to shout her out. I saw her. I've never seen her in a movie trailer. That was pretty cool. But yeah, Kentucky. I mean, that's the biggest run. I mean, I could argue of our season. That was huge. You know, because if we roll over here, we're 8-15. Because we could have rolled over right there. We were down double
100%.
digits. That defense was stifling. Ole Miss was not giving us anything, but they found a way. Kept scraping, kept clawing, fought for some buckets. Keon made a difficult shot, and they got the ball rolling.
Yeah. That Keon shot was a shot that I think we both looked at when he took it and was like, oh, no.
Yeah, like, no, yes, okay.
Yes. Oh, no. Yes.
Rick said something about that one shot a few weeks ago. He was like, no, yes, from Askew it was. And that was one of those. You're like, oh, no, but then it's all good.
I mean, when it goes in, man, that is momentum. Because the Cats are struggling to score.
Yes, they are.
That shot doesn't go in. That changed the game right there a little bit.
And also, good news, our defense, again, keeps us in those games. So now we go on that one spurt, and we're 2 points away. We're in the game now. It's a different game. We're a possession away from taking the lead. You know, that now the whole world of opportunities that can happen is presented to you. So
this is literally the Kentucky-Florida game, but opposite.
Yeah. That's exactly right. We got out to that double-digit lead early, and then they came storming back, and now we're the team that hopefully can storm back and take a halftime lead. One thing we didn't do
never give it up.
is do our predictions of a scoring leader and the game.
Or do second half.
Shame on us. But Toppin now defending. That's not either of Joyner or Schuler. That's a tough foul there. Skyler, what's going on, my man? How you doing, bro? We just destroyed a team. Last time I'll ever play on the court. It makes me sad, but I'm hype. Hey, you scored 11? Attaboy. You tough. Good for you, man. It's good having you. I missed you last live stream. As good old Buffin with his ugly free throw knocks in the first one for the Rebels. 24-21, 3:35 to go. Everybody, it's almost the best time of year, March Madness. Hopefully the Cats can take part in it. As now Mintz into the front court. We can dream, everybody. We can dream. Good for you, Skyler. Glad you had a good game. As now Mintz over to Boston. Boston to Mintz. Inside to Keon. Keon faces up. He's feeling good. He's feeling good.
Keon Brooks right there has 6 of his 8 points, just right at that free throw line turnaround.
Turn, face, fire. He no hesitation. And I'm sure that's what Cal's preaching to him. We're shooting 33% and are down 2. That's big time. Joyner gets inside to Buffin. Buffin, that's way too easy. That is way too easy. One pass, a power dribble, and an easy lay-in. As now Mintz comes into the front court. Boston back to Mintz. They figured out a little bit of a method here to the zone. Yeah. Mintz to Boston. We're actually moving the zone a little bit. Sarr, it's his turn. Facing up, spins, fades, fires off the mark, but he was fouled. He was fouled. We haven't seen Sarr score. Bryce, I don't know if you're still in here. Haven't seen him score since that first bucket of the game. Look how easy that was. Keon just opens up and lets Buffin go right downhill.
I think he expected Buffin to run right into Olivier Sarr. Just Sarr wasn't really in that spot to ever take off that lane, you know?
Yeah.
As Sarr short arms a free throw off the front.
I would like to see our free throws number. At halftime, we need to take a peek at those. My goodness. They are not good. As Jackson, White, matchup will continue on the other end. As now Sarr, 78% foul shooter here. Let's see if he can knock in, keep the streak alive with the 1-for-2s, and he does. What is up with us in 1-for-2s at the line? I mean, Toppin now against Schuler. Schuler, he's been playing with it all game. Hasn't really done too much against Toppin. He gets downhill, shouldn't have said nothing. Nope, air ball. Kentucky doesn't want to touch it, and it is Kentucky ball. All right, Bryce. Yeah, the man Sarr, man. They finally gave it to him, and he got fouled, but you'd like to see him be aggressive and make free throws. Mintz, downhill, trying to get to his spot, hands it over to Toppin. Toppin, he'll get to his spot all the way, gets fouled again. I trust his free throw. I'd be willing to bet 2 for 2 right here.
I would too, but I will say, like we said, our trend, we are 4 for 8, and every single time we have missed the first and made the second.
What's going on, John? We are doing
So,
good
we are
here.
Exactly 4 for 8, 50%. That's not gonna do it.
We're doing good. I'm doing really good. Daniel, you doing good?
I'm doing great, man. I like to see the Cats. I like to see Jacob Toppin hit these 2 free throws, which he made the first.
Hey, that's where we start. I put
Makes
a
it a 25-27 Ole Miss lead with 2 minutes and 7 seconds remaining.
John. If I'm honest with you, I'd feel a lot better if Kentucky could turn this thing around right here.
100%.
Toppin.
Oh, we have another Jacob Toppin miss, but it's at 5 from 10 from the line. We have not made a pair of free throws tonight.
And if you remember, coming into today, the last 4 games, we were like 80% as a team. As now, stop, pop, fire for Ole Miss. Pure Joyner fighting for the rebound.
I'm a little confused on that foul. I believe they called it on Jacob Toppin. Do you know what that one was for?
You doing the Laker game after the Wildcat game? Not sure. Don't think so. I think I'm just going to watch it as a fan tonight. But if things change, I will let you know. There's now Buffin to Joyner. Joyner pump fakes. Gets it inside to White. White over to Buffin. Buffin can't hit. BJ Boston rebounds. I might do the Laker game tomorrow against the Kings. That is a game I might do, but BJ to Mintz. Mintz now looking. Gets it into Jackson. Jackson facing up. Rips through. Strong move. Smacks down. No call. And Buffin with the steal. Schuler all the way. Gets outside. That is Joyner.
With a wide open 3.
That's the prettiest look he's gotten all night, and it was pure.
All season.
Mintz over to Toppin. Toppin gets it inside to Sarr, and they'll face up. Let's see what he can do. One dribble, probably got away with a travel. Toppin now looking for Mintz. They're always looking for those guards to bail them out of situations. Now Toppin, back to the basket. BJ, one dribble, finds Jackson. Beautiful pass.
That was an awesome one, just exploiting athleticism between those two.
Beautiful find by BJ Boston. Good 2-man game right there. It's amazing what happens whenever you attack the zone, make a defender commit, and throw it up over top of them. That's how you score every time. As now, that is Muriel. Won't go. Easy rebound for Buffin. K.J. Buffin. Makes it 32-27, 20 seconds to go. Cal not happy. And
I'm
now
not either, man.
we will see.
This is a big possession right here. You need a bucket going into half. Cut it
Here
to 4 or 5.
we
or
go.
3 or 4. 3 or 2.
10 to Sarr. Sarr, one dribble, rips through, gets fouled. Every time we dribble and get attacking downhill, Ole Miss continues to just smack down on the arms of us. And it's drawing fouls, but as you can see with the replay there, they didn't call it there, and it led to a wide open Ole Miss 3. And that was the prettiest shot he's had all night. I mean, his shot form was looking terrible, and then Sarr gets absolutely bullied yet again. White and Buffin are kind of having their way with our bigs. Sarr.
As Sarr hits the first free throw, making it 28-32. As you said, man, we need him to hit both free throws.
We
We are a perfect 6 for 11 right now. We were 5 for 10 before that one. We are perfect making half. As Sarr changes the trend, makes the second one. It is
Let's
now
go.
32-29. Ole Miss lead with 7.6 seconds to go as Kentucky takes out Isaiah Jackson to make sure it doesn't take a cheap foul.
Hey, that's
Completely
smart.
agree with that one.
Smart. See if they get it into. Looks like they're going to go
Passes it right back.
Joyner. All him here. He'll just step right into it. Why not? Off the front of the rim. And they got the offensive rebound, but the shot's no good. That was poor effort. But nonetheless, K.J. Buffin leading the Rebels 32-29 over the Wildcats at the half. So, from the way the half started to where we are now, what are your thoughts?
Man, you have to think we improved, right? I mean, we start out, I'm sitting here thinking, holy crap, Ole Miss's defense is legit.
Yeah.
And they're not supposed to be, right?
How are we going to score?
That's what I was expecting.
How are we
Like,
going to
my
score?
score prediction was going to be like 70 to like 73 Cats, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm sitting here like, holy crap, I'm not sure we can score 55.
Yeah.
That Ole Miss defense came out looking really good. I mean, the Cats, we learned a way that we found a way. We got it inside. I hate how our bigs just, I mean, dude, some of the passes you see our bigs make out to our guards just feel like we're trying to bail it out.
Yeah.
Very much. I mean, I think that hurts our guards. It puts us in bad positions. But, I mean, going into this half only down by 3, I think you have to be kind of happy.
You might want to turn the Celtic game on since the Wildcats are at half. 113-109 with 1:33 to go. Who are they playing? Who are the Celtics playing? But right now for the Cats, man, you got to continue to do what they're doing. They're moving the defense. You know, they're actually getting somewhere early. One of the things that I threw out to you was that they literally weren't getting into their offense until late into the shot clock. And in college basketball, you can't do that because then a guy like B.J. Boston or a guy that like Davion Mintz gets forced into taking a terrible shot. And that not only hurts, you know, obviously the possession, it hurts their confidence, their morale, you know, because they're having to throw up these shots and it gets them out of rhythm. So it just leads to it's a slippery slope whenever you start playing like that. So it's nice to see them moving the defense, getting somewhere with their passes, with their drives, with their attacks. Here's where I am with college basketball. I am so done with the one and done. I want college basketball back. I want to know my players again. I want to watch them develop into juniors and seniors. Well, Rick, the only way that comes back is if they allow high school athletes to put their name in the draft if they are talented enough. That is the only way that can happen. And I don't know what the league will do. I'll be intrigued to see, but in my opinion, that is the only way. So that we get.
I agree with that. I think that's the only way.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys were watching the Baylor-West Virginia game early. Absolute show. 2 top teams battling it out. Was a fun one. Also, do you guys have any sort of preference to Celtics playing the Clippers? Oh, that's actually a really good game. I'll flip it on. I won't do play-by-play, but I'll flip it on. Kind of watch it. But yeah, like, I thought it was an overtime since there was a jump ball. I was like, whoa, you caught me off guard here. But, I mean, that is the only way, Rick, that I could see college basketball even getting some sort of, revival in terms of guys staying for 4 years and 3-4 years. One done teams compared to junior senior teams. This is why you see Gonzaga type teams in the top 5. Yeah, I mean, Gonzaga is one of those teams though that the reason they don't get one and dones a lot, unlike Jalen Suggs, obviously, who will be a one and done. You don't see a lot of those guys is because they play in such a terrible conference. They don't get a lot of national TV games, so they have to put in the time and develop those guys. You know, not to mention though, they do play the toughest non-conference schedule of any team ever, probably. But because I mean, they're playing ranked opponents every other night.
They're forced to do that.
I know.
Like, Mark Few is 100% forced to do that because of who he's going to play.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, if he doesn't play those non-conference games, like the selection committee is in bed before he's even playing his conference games.
That's facts.
Because they don't start till 11 p.m., 10 p.m.
Yeah.
I mean, you just don't see those games. But I mean, also, if you notice, look at Gonzaga. You always see their one and done players. It's probably the best player on the court.
Yeah.
I mean, and I agree. The juniors and the seniors, they're fun to watch. Yeah, I got him excited for this Jacob Toppin experiment. I think he could be an absolute stud. And I'd love to see Davion Mintz, guys like Devin Askew, all of them. I'd love to see him back again. But, I mean, in my opinion right there, that means that you're taking a guy, like, would you rather have Darius Miller's senior season or, like, Anthony Davis's freshman season, right? And, I mean, Alex Poitras's junior year season up against an Isaiah Jackson's freshman season. I mean,
that second one is probably a little bit more debatable.
More debatable? Yes, I agree. That's because they're more comparable players, in my opinion. Because I agree, you can't compare Darius Miller in any season to Anthony Davis in any season. But now Alex Poitras and then a Isaiah Jackson, I mean, that's comparable. I mean, they're playing a similar position.
You could probably say the same thing for like a third-year Willie Cauley-Stein or the first year of Anthony Davis.
Yeah, 100%. Or Karl Anthony Towns. Any of these big men that we fell in love with in their freshman year and played great were top NBA draft picks.
Yeah, and
like DeMarcus Cousins, Karl Anthony Towns, Anthony Davis.
And for us, like our juniors and seniors are like our sophomores and juniors. Because we don't get a lot of guys that stay all 4 years, but we will get those select few, like quickly, and Nick Richards last year. That you just and some people liked Ashton Hagans. I wasn't a huge fan of him, but you get those guys that stick around, develop with the program, and that you end up falling in love with. That was me with Emmanuel Quickly. He's now turned into one of my all-time favorite Kentucky players, just because we literally got to watch him, start off really struggling, and then honestly, we saw two different versions of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander whenever he was at Kentucky.
Yeah.
So we kind of got to see him develop in a sense. So while I do agree that it is tough sometimes, especially whenever you're like, well, if we had just one more guy on this team, if we had one more guy on this team, like a veteran, then we would have been a completely different team. There's only so much you can do, especially with a guy like Cal at the helm and with a school like Kentucky that just brings in those blue bloods because they know what, or brings in those high-rated recruits because they know what we do.
Yeah, I mean, to think the issue that I think like most Kentucky fans will say this, like you're saying, Rick, like you want that back. Are you willing to sit through 2 to 3 seasons of seeing a team worse than this one? Because that's what's going to happen. Like, it's not college football to where it's like, oh, Tua Tagovailoa is a junior. We can start him now that Mac Jones is gone or whoever, right? I mean, it's not that. Like, I mean, you're going to be seeing, like, the Dante Allen in 3 years.
Davis was great, but that team wins because of Miller, Jones, and dang, I forgot the sophomore shooting guard, Deron Lamb.
Deron Lamb.
Yeah, I mean, it's always nice to have the freshmen along with a crew. That's why I think last year's team would have gone on a great run. That's
why I think next year's team has the opportunity. Right after the year after the platoons, when it was Aaron Harrison, they had that little extra presence.
Yeah.
They made it to the championship game. I mean, they were an 8 seed. They were in the championship.
Yeah, I mean, there's always a balance, and I think Cal needs to do a better job maybe at finding that balance every year, like making sure that I don't understand why E.J. Montgomery isn't back. Like, there's no reason we shouldn't have gotten to see a junior year E.J. Montgomery. There's no reason.
Now, I think the way that Cal is trying to, like, make that balance is with the grad transfers, because you've seen it now. And, I mean, now that doesn't make Cats fans happy, but, I mean, Reed Travis, Nate Sestina, Reed Travis being the best available so far, Reed Travis.
Yes.
And then you're seeing a Nate Sestina project that didn't completely pan out, in my opinion.
It wasn't terrible.
He wasn't terrible, but I didn't like him either. I'll give you that. And then now you're seeing Olivier Sarr, who was supposed to be an absolute, like, demon, a stud. Like, he scored 30 last year against Duke. It's like, how can he be bad? And now you're seeing him here, and like, he's just getting absolutely bullied.
Yeah.
I mean, in a game tonight, like, I mean, he has been bullied in the post.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, will bother a lot of Kentucky fans because, I mean, that is your grad transfer. Him, Davion Mintz. Now, Sarr can't come back, right?
You recruit 2 to 3 tough seasons. You recruit to always have a junior/senior and the underclassmen develop over time. Think of Florida's 2 national championship teams. No one and done. It's just it's always give and take with what you like and what you don't like. And like the time in which we are Kentucky fans and that we are in right now, there's obviously ebbs and flows. There's eras of a program. There's eras of a organization where they're starting to win and then they go through a rebuild mode. Whenever we, one day, whenever Cal hangs it up, one day we have to find out who our next coach is. Maybe we go through a little bit of a rebuilding phase and have to develop some guys. But that's always, in the future. So, but for now, like, if you had to, like, guess if that were to happen over the next 5 years, I would say no. I would say like Daniel kind of alluded to, the grad transfers and things of that nature kind of are what Cal is hoping to be the upperclassmen that they need. However, there is a difference between being an upperclassman via grade and via Cal's program, and Kentucky basketball. Because obviously, as we've seen, Sarr with his growing pains has absolutely struggled to kind of grasp is how difficult SEC basketball is and how difficult Cal coaches. But that's just our little rant here for halftime.
Yeah, Rick, can I ask you a question? How did you find us? Was it one of these Facebook groups? And if so, which one? Because I know you probably remember which group you're in. Because you're so talkative. I promise that you probably comment on stuff. I was just curious which one, so I could make sure I see it in there. But also I have a little rant. We had 100 subscribers and now we're back down to 99. I mean, that frustrated me when I saw that today. Because we were at 100.
One of my all-time favorite Kentucky players is Chuck Hayes. If he is one and done, I don't remember him as much as I do because of his work ethic. Yeah. Again, because when did he come in? That was probably before 2000. It was probably 06, 05, 06. Did I pass? Did I pass?
Chuck Hayes' first year was in 2001, which was the year I was
So
born.
he graduated in 05.
He graduated in 05. He was
Look
there
at
for
me.
4 seasons.
Wow, that was tough by me. I'm pretty impressed. But Chuck Hayes, yeah, I mean, I was searching for a live stream game and found you. Hey, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's big time. But yeah, man, oh man, Chuck. So he was his first year, 02. Again, that was kind of, who was the coach then?
Rick Pitino.
Was that Pitino? Okay.
I believe that was Rick Pitino here.
I thought so, but I didn't want to be wrong. I didn't want to throw out Pitino and then.
But now you have to think. I agree. That was a completely different era of college basketball. Not just Kentucky basketball. If I'm not mistaken, you couldn't play as you couldn't leave after your freshman year, could you?
Because I mean, we're doing these redrafts on the YouTube channel, and it's so rare you see a guy like the last really great one that was drafted in the top 5 or top 6 was Damian Lillard. That stuck it through college. It's very rare. And now when you do, you're a late first round, early second round guy. It
was a Tubby Smith. But now you look at him, Chuck Hayes. He didn't get drafted. He played 2 seasons in the NBA and never really played.
He had a little run. Little.
It wasn't much.
With the Rockets, I think.
Yeah, he played a year in the Rockets.
But yeah, I mean, I get where you're coming from though, for sure. How
I agree, 100%.
Especially with whenever you grew up, you got to see those 3-4 year guys in the program and fall in love.
Rick, I hear my dad preach the exact same thing. Because under Tubby Smith, there was an assistant coach named Hatfield, and that's my uncle, right? And I mean, so my dad preaches every day, and so does he. It's Jim Hatfield. You can look him up. I promise I'm not lying. It's Jim Hatfield. You can fact check me, whatever you want to do. Coached at University of the Virgin Islands, a lot of really cool schools. But I mean, he preaches it. I hear about it all the time. I mean, and I agree. It's different, but you have to understand, that's college basketball right now. And at a time when Coach Cal first got here, it was kind of at the point where it's holy crap, this might be the coolest thing ever. Because that John Wall, Boogie Cousins year, where we just got rid of Billy Gillespie, and our teams had sucked, and we all hated everybody. The only guy we had any enjoyment in was Patrick Patterson. And then we got to see him pair up with John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins. That was so much fun. That was the peak of my childhood, was watching that.
I will take a one and done on my team, but I want juniors and seniors to run my team. So he's not against the one and done.
Yeah.
But he thinks that there needs to be
I agree with that.
The balance.
And I think that Kentucky might have a chance with that next year.
Yes.
Now, it might not be a junior and a senior. It might be a sophomore, and we might have to deal with that. But, I mean, a guy like Devin Askew, and, I mean, at this point, you have to consider Davion Mintz at least a junior, right? Kentucky, you know him, Rick. You love him. If he's back next year, he's basically a senior. You're seeing that guy. I would love. Imagine if we had Isaiah Jackson back. How awesome would that be? But that's just not going to happen. And can you blame him? He's going to go make $5 million next year.
Yeah, and play in the Professional Basketball Association.
I would do that too.
Yeah.
And that's why, as a student at the University of Kentucky, it's hard to do anything and root for anything that isn't helping the players. Because I think I'm the same age as these guys. I'm in classes with these guys. It's hard to think that if I was given the opportunity to leave this place and not go to class anymore and all of a sudden just make $5 million, that I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Because I promise I would do it tomorrow. I wouldn't even finish the season. All right, but here we go. 29-32. The game's back on. I know.
That's a travel.
It's a lot of fun, but the game is on.
They called a foul after.
I wanted to travel. I don't know about you.
At Buffin, I yelled travel as Buffin kind of fumbled his feet, lost the ball, a jump ball, something needs to be called there, because you're not allowed to just move wherever you want to go.
Do we know who that foul was on? I'm praying it wasn't Isaiah Jackson.
I think it was Sarr again, but I'm not sure.
But here we go. Interesting set. We see Jacob Toppin start the second half.
No BJ. Did I see that correct, or was there no Askew?
Brandon Boston is on the floor. It's
So
no Devin Askew.
And he didn't play a lot to end the half either.
No, that's where you kind of saw Dante Allen come in over a Devin Askew. So you almost see that BJ and Toppin at that 2 and the 3.
Yeah.
Mintz running the 1, Sarr and Jackson down low.
Mintz over to Sarr. Sarr lines up a 3-ball, you bet. Olivier Sarr gets us rolling early from downtown.
I hate that shot with everything in me, but it went in.
34-32, 19-20 to go. As now Buffin. Beautiful pass. And Buffin again, little pull up. Offline, Toppin skies for it. And corrals it. Up to Mintz. Mintz now pushing. Can the Cats capitalize? 34-32. Jackson, cross-court pass. Beautiful pass. And Boston just kind of throws it away almost again. What kind of passes is he throwing?
That was ugly, man.
Mintz gets a screen. Mintz kind of tripped up. Just fires it back to Sarr. Back to Boston. Now Toppin. What can he do? He's got 5 to work. Now with 4. And here comes the Mintz hoist. And he made it. My goodness. Davion Mintz.
About as interesting as they come.
Davion Mintz from downtown. 35-34. Big time hit right there. As now Schuler for the Rebels. The Kentucky Wildcats have a lead. Rodriguez blocked away by Jackson. Boston scraping for it. Toppin corrals it. Here come the Cats. Toppin into the front court. They're going to slow it up. They're going to slow it down.
I respect it.
I do too. Get a good look here. As now they'll get a screen. Hand it over to Sarr. Sarr downhill all the way. Left-handed hook. No go. But he is fouled. That was a weird. He threw that.
We would take that, man. Start off the second half quick, man. 2 threes. You can't say that we deserved them, though. It's an Olivier Sarr 3 that you don't love to see taken a lot, at least as a fan. And then you see a Davion Mintz. That should have been a foul.
Yeah, that was an and-one.
He was fouled.
That's an and-one.
The man was smothered. Here we go. 35-34 lead. We've seen Olivier Sarr at the line. He makes free throw number 1, extending the lead 36-34. To me, that's awesome. You come out of the gates, you're on a 7-0 run. That's hot. That's awesome.
Would that be D-Mintz, the non-one and done?
I think so. But, hey, you have to understand he's a grad transfer, and if it wasn't for COVID, he would be a one and done.
Hey, did Sarr make that second one? I don't think he did.
I don't know. No, he didn't.
Okay, now here comes.
Yes, he did. 8-0
Joyner. Hands it over.
Sarr made
hard screen. My goodness. Schuler, downtown, it's good. Good offensive possession by the Rebels there. Schuler just kind of stepped into an open 3-ball and buried it. I'm pretty sure that could be one of his first 3 balls. Terrible pass poked away by the Rebels. Here comes Joyner. Joyner pumps, looking, Finds Buffin. He just runs over Sarr, and it's a charge. He just ran over Olivier Sarr. That man.
Sarr didn't have possession either. Like, that could have gone either way.
Whoa! Landon. What are we doing?
Whoa, Landon, take it easy, man.
Unless they lost, that's the only thing I want to hear about. I don't want to see that. That's Boston. Now to Mintz. Mintz over to Toppin. Lots of lazy passes that are scaring me right now, Daniel. Inside to Jackson. Jackson, he's just going to turn, face, and go. Right-handed hook is good.
He is tough when he has his feet moving. And he doesn't just throw it off the backboard.
When he has his feet under him.
My goodness.
When he has his feet under him. There goes. Schuler, you bet. He's rolling now. 2 in a row for Schuler. I'm kidding. Yeah, I would hope so. Your thing is a UK logo. I would hope you were joking. 40.
Schuler is hot. Cats came out hot, and Schuler absolutely delivered and answered.
BJ, I thought he was just going to step into it. Toppin will. He said, my turn. It won't go. Sarr gets it ripped away by a guard. You have to be strong enough to rip that through. There is no...
They called a foul.
Did they? No, it was a jump ball. There is no way a guard should be able to just disposition you and fight for that. Makes no sense.
I mean, Olivier Sarr had both hands on the ball, full possession, 2 hands on the ball, and it just completely gets ripped away when he turns and faces.
Mintz inside to Jackson. Jackson facing up. Oh, my goodness. A terrible pass. Finds a hole, but Mintz won't go. Jackson, though, and they'll call foul. I think that's number 2 on Jackson.
It is number 2 on Isaiah Jackson. Which, we are 24 minutes in the game. We are happy with only 2 fouls.
One of the keys to the game so far that's worked out pretty well. As now we have to stick on Schuler. Here he is now, hands it over to White. They give it right back. Schuler looking to make a play. Cross, step back. He's playing with it, just absolutely having fun. Hands it over. And now who is that in the corner? I think that is KJ Buffin.
Doesn't know where to go.
Rodriguez. That's Rodriguez now. Straight downhill. Jackson blocked it twice.
What?
Just for fun, Toppin downhill, floats it out to Mintz. Mintz downhill. We had numbers, can't come up with anything. BJ all the way, taking himself, flips it up. Oh my goodness, but Sarr on the glass. I thought BJ was somehow going to get that thing to go in.
That's one you just kind of expect him to make, in all honesty.
Roll on the rim, ugly shot, but Sarr collects, gathers, and scores. Sarr now with 12. 41-40, 15 to go. As here comes Montgomery. Nice dish inside to White. White was that Jackson called or Sarr?
Yes.
I think Sarr tried raising his hand. We'll see.
I believe they said it was Jackson's third. They might get that changed. But, man, the only guy who can guard Schuler right now is Jacob Toppin. And I never thought I would say that. With the body he has to be guarding their best guard, that's awesome to see.
He's our best defender. It's incredible.
I agree.
It's incredible to see how his development has already spiked as a player.
Best perimeter defender.
On our team, yeah.
Give Isaiah Jackson his credit.
Yeah, and interesting, again, Toppin, start of the second half, okay? So that's something to keep an eye on. How is Askew's minutes handled? Because towards the end of the first half, he wasn't in a lot. You know, they kind of...
I think that's because you have to notice that, like, Ole Miss is driven by the guard play. And Devin Askew is not the most premier defender out there. His feet are a little bit slower.
Yeah.
And you're seeing Jacob Toppin be able to come in, play the 3, and guard their best player.
Yeah.
I mean, he's done really good.
Yes, he has. Again, Kentucky is battling. They found a way to stay in this game and done a really good job. So now we just got to keep it rolling, keep it moving, and keep hitting shots because they're doing well from behind the line right now.
Yeah.
They're hovering around 50%.
Confident.
Stay confident, stay aggressive. And you know, we're likely to see a very good finish here in Ole Miss. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us. Let us know you're here by shooting a little comment Tell us what you think. If you're new, hit that subscribe button. We are doing a giveaway at 100 subscribers. And
Man, we're at 99. Somebody help us out, right?
and we are one away. So if you are here and not subscribed, hit that subscribe button.
We will be doing the rest of the UK games. I mean, we're super excited about it. I hope that we're able to get a video out this week just kind of discussing the SEC tournament and the sides of the bracket. Because I know you all follow like KSR and are seeing how we have to stay away from Alabama, right? That clear number one in the SEC bracket up top. And right now, we're right below them, about to play them in the second round. We'll preview that, talk about that. Talk about maybe would – no, we're going to stay away from would we accept an NIT bid because we're still going to the tournament right now. But if that comes, I think that's a cool topic to talk about as well. But, yeah, I mean, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. You don't want to miss it. I actually believe someone just hit the subscribe button because we hit 100 subscribers.
Appreciate you, Zach.
So,
Zach O'Connor, Mr. 100.
I appreciate you, man.
Mr.
you know.
100. Zach O'Connor.
O'Connor.
What a
You're
guy.
man, myth, and a legend.
What a guy.
So what do you think has to happen to win the second half? What is your takeaway? What is your must do?
I think we have to limit turnovers with the press that they're putting on, and well, not really a press, like a half court press. With this trapping zone, we need to be as careful as possible with the ball value possession, and really just be confident. Be confident and don't turn the ball over. That's the keys to win. You know, like it's not rocket science sometimes. As you see, we have two guys that are ranked in the first round, Isaiah Jackson and Brandon Boston.
We are the only team in the SEC to have two guys projected first-round picks. I mean, as much as you hate to see this team lose, man, we got guys winning.
Yeah.
We have guys. These two guys are going to go make millions next year. And, I mean, that's awesome to look at.
Yeah, and Terrence Clark probably be a second-round pick, I'm sure, if not late first. As White attacking on Sarr, offensive foul. That is charge number 2. Sarr setting it up beautifully. Took it right to the chest. Sense of urgency.
I agree, Rick. That is a sense of urgency in the second half, 100%.
42-41.
And that has to be a key to the game.
Guess who's back? Askew. Hands it over to Keon. So Keon, Boston, Askew, Mintz, and Sarr. No Jackson and no Toppin.
Jackson picked up that third foul. They had to sit him.
BJ into Keon. Keon, he'll face up. He'll go to work. Goes towards the middle. Kicks it out. Wide open midi. Sarr, air ball. Wide open.
Zach, don't talk too much. We lost to Georgia Tech, too.
Yeah, we lost to G-Tech, man. But Duke was playing a lot better, so that is strange. As Schuler playing with it again. Over to Joyner. Joyner stops on a dime. Can't hit. Rebound, Mintz. He's hit and fouled by Schuler on the rebound. I love one thing I've always loved about this Kentucky team, and maybe it's me just being a homer, is how hard I feel like they go after rebounds. They always have. They've always, laid their body out, done really well at attacking the glass. They're always fighting for it, so it's something you love to see. So that's exciting.
Man, I think that's a product of guys like B.J. Boston, Isaiah Jackson, Keon Brooks. I mean, I think they are 3 guys who are the long guys who are really able to fill it up in the rebound category.
And Toppin and Sarr are always down there, too. And Mintz and Askew really do a good job. As Mintz downtown, you bet. Davion Mintz, baby. He's getting rolling. 6
He has
early
saved
on.
our season.
6 early on here in the second half. 44-40. The Cats are up by 4. If I am not being dramatic, it's our biggest lead of the game.
It is.
As now here comes the Rebels. And they call a foul on a Rebel, and it's Buffin. Moving screen.
We are headed back Cats direction, baby. 44-40 with 13 and a half minutes to go.
Time to build. You got to keep on building.
100%. That bench is excited, man. I'll say what, Terrence Clark still gets excited over there.
Terrence Clark,
Still
yeah.
does.
Cameron Fletcher, always invested. I'm a Tennessee fan, but I love watching Kentucky. I love that, man. As Sarr fouled by Buffin.
And Sarr was going for a dunk of the year right there.
We've had a few of our guys go for him, but they've all gotten wiped away either by a terrible charge call on Keon Brooks or by Isaiah Jackson, coming through out of nowhere trying to tear the rim off.
Yeah.
So
And I will say, though, I was going to say my takeaway of the second half, we had to hit our free throws.
Is
Down the
this
stretch, that's massive. I mean, let me check. We are currently 9 for 14 after that make right there. So he did make his first one,
About to
extending the lead
say.
to 45-40 with 13 minutes and 18 seconds to go.
Blake Robinson? Is this the largest crowd Kentucky has played in front of?
What's the percent Ole Miss is allowing?
Not sure. Rick, Zach Taint is okay as long as you hate puke. Mississippi, I just lifted all COVID restrictions today. 100% fans and no mask.
Then yes, this is the biggest. I had no idea. Thank you for bringing that up, Blake. That's awesome to hear.
As now
That plays
here
a role in this
comes
game, 100%.
Schuler again from downtown. That's 3 3-pointers in the second half for Schuler. And now they get to extend their half court. Little press here. Askew, can he handle it? Almost throws it away. Boston corrals it over to Keon. Keon attacking downhill. He may have gotten fouled, but he finds a way to finish it. Keon Brooks, first points of the second half. 50% indoors, so 8,000.
Yes, that would be the biggest Kentucky has played in because I believe before it was Rupp right at like 3,500.
Yes, so Schuler shooting lights out. Yes, he is. We have to stay on him as now Mintz is locking him up. And now who are they going to get it to? Muriel over to Sammy Hunter. Hunter walks with it. Now Sammy Hunter's starting to come into form for the Rebels.
Sammy Hunter we didn't write down on our spreadsheet.
Yes, sir. Sammy Hunter, I had no clue who he was, came out and hit a 3-ball in the dead corner as the shot clock expired in the face of Isaiah Jackson. Keon Brooks with a little flex and a flare right there. That's good for Mississippi. I'm glad that maybe we're starting to make some progress and that we can get towards life, but let's not rush anything. Let's take one day at a time. As Sarr inside, working, right hook towards the middle. He tips it up, won't go, missed twice at the front of the rim, Daniel. As now here comes Schuler. Schuler looking to go to work against Mintz. Hands it over. That is Muriel. He loses it. Toppin hands it over. Mintz, take flight, young man. He gets rejected. My goodness, what a block by, that is Muriel. As now Schuler. Can he answer for the Rebels? He's playing with it. Step back. And they called a foul. Has there ever been a team with a losing record get an NIT invitation? I believe there has.
When was the last time Kentucky had a losing record? I promise we'll get an invitation. 100%.
1988, 1998, something like that. I think it's 88.
Man, I mean, I promise you, Kentucky, Duke, Indiana, North Carolina, they can be 4-22. The NIT will invite them.
They would be honored to have
100%. I mean, you can't blame them, man. That's so much more money coming in.
It's a brand deal, man.
Oh, and I mean, imagine if they're in Mississippi and they get to have 20,000 fans there. I mean, you're going to fill it up if you got Duke, North Carolina, Indiana, those types of teams, you know. But, I mean, that's awesome. Blake, I'm glad you brought that up. 8,000 fans there. I know that the SEC had all their athletic directors, like, meeting. And they mentioned that, like, Kroger Field and, like, the football games for next season are right now scheduled as 100% attendance.
That's what Zach just said. I heard once football starts, SEC is allowing full capacity.
Yes. As of now, if nothing bad happens between now and then, the SEC has full attendance planned at all arenas.
That's pretty awesome.
Now, of course, certain states can restrict that, but, like, that's not expected, especially in Kentucky and Kroger Field. Like, I mean, that will be awesome to see that again. And then you have to assume that Kroger Field can put 100. You have to expect that Rupp Arena can put 50 at least. Which, I mean, right now they're at 12, 15. Am I wrong?
Right around there.
I went in there, man. I was there for the Florida game, of course. The Florida game where we lost, right? I'm the bad luck charm. I'll give it to myself. That's on me. But, I mean, that place looks empty, man. There's 3 seats between me and the guy next to me. There's no one in front of me. Like, nobody. Calipari is wearing a mask tonight, but is not required to in Oxford per governor's order. I mean, you have to assume that, like...
Cal's not going to do that stuff.
Yeah, I mean...
He's got
like,
more to worry about than...
Yeah. That, like, he's not going to be in Mississippi very long.
Yeah.
And he wants to be able to go to that Nashville SEC tournament.
About time we can get back to a little bit of normal for SEC sports. Yes,
I agree, man.
we miss our fans. That is for sure. I miss hearing the loud erupt of Rupp Arena, of all the arenas around the America, around the United States that are dying for fans to get back in there. Cannot wait.
You ever think, for a lot of these guys, this is the biggest game they've ever played in. Most fans they've ever seen in an arena.
Tomorrow night's Mississippi State baseball game is already sold out. So Mississippi State is going all out.
I don't blame them.
I don't blame them either. Texas and Mississippi State are the two states in America that are, I think, lifting the restrictions. So we're a step closer.
Now, Kentucky lifts in at the end of March, if I'm not wrong.
I think it's like coming really soon. I think it's sooner than later, if I'm being honest.
I think right now it's planned to end on the last day of March, which, I mean, is kind of crazy. But now I will say, Blake, I believe that Ole Miss baseball team is kind of crazy good, if I'm not wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But, I mean, I think I'd go watch them.
Yeah.
I think they are, really, really good. Top 5 in the country good.
I was at the game when we beat Florida with Josh Dobbs, and Nayland was so loud.
Yeah, man. I was at the Kentucky-Texas game about 3 years ago when we broke the Guinness World Record for, the loudest arena ever. I mean, that's awesome, man. I cannot wait to get back to that. I mean, it's awesome. And, I mean, you have to think, these guys that aren't like BJ Boston, who played in, the big-time Sierra Canyon, they might have never played in front of 8,000 fans in their entire life. This is an awesome experience. This is why they came to Kentucky.
For sure, as we get the action involved, Ole Miss almost turned it over. Now Muriel downhill, flips it up and in. He's starting to play pretty well here. Got a big block, and now with a little floater that hits off the front of the rim and falls. Askew still getting run. Toppin, Boston, Askew, Sarr, Brooks. So they are really running with Askew at the one. Sarr got right where he wanted, off the front of the rim. Did a little dance on the rim. Mississippi State baseball is ranked number 2, and Ole Miss is number 5. So that's probably why. As here comes.
So the score is currently 48-45. Kentucky leads by 3.
And here comes Romello White. Hands it over. Muriel downhill. Cross-court pass. That is Sammy Hunter. He hits another one. My goodness. Sammy Hunter, 2 of 3 from downtown for 6 points. His career night continues. As Askew gets it over to Toppin. Toppin, they're looking inside. They're trying to get it in. BJ, stop, pop, no hesitation, won't go. Battle for the rebound ends up in Schuler's hands. What's up, guys? What's up, Riles? Good to see you, man. I know you hang out in Dilly Stream a lot. Sammy Hunter downhill gets fouled by Keon. I know y'all have seen how crazy our basketball fans can get at Thompson Bowling Arena. And do you see us playing better if it wasn't for COVID? The crowds and the
100%, Rick. 1,000%. 1,000,000,000%, Rick. This team is different because of COVID, and you see that with Duke, North Carolina. I'm going to get on a tangent right now. This team is 2 months behind because of COVID. They don't get to do the things they want to do. They don't get to gel. They don't get to do any of it. They would have been on a trip before the season. They'd have played preseason games. That didn't happen. And that's why you saw us lose to teams like Georgia Tech, all those terrible schools that
Richmond.
We have a losing record is because we didn't get those preseason, those amp-up games, that time to go out to dinner. I mean, last year's team was at the Cheesecake Factory 5 nights a week. They need to go to the Cheesecake Factory anymore. I feel bad for them. But I got on my tangent, but Ole Miss just took the lead 50-48 as Davion Mintz has the ball up top.
All the way inside. Now they're skipping it around here. Keon right inside Jackson. He'll go straight down to work. Beautiful finish with the left hand.
I was going to
Isaiah
jam it
Jackson.
on him there for a second, but that ties the game back up 50-50, just under 10 minutes to go.
Muriel into the front court. It'll be interesting to see where they go here. I would get the ball, and that's what they're doing, giving it to Schuler, letting him go to work. He's dancing again inside to White. White, he's been rather quiet. Gets right around. They call a foul and the bucket. I'm not sure I saw a foul. I saw a little chicken wing, but I'm not sure. They are calling it tight on Jackson in a blink of an eye. Just like that. Isaiah Jackson
has 4 fouls.
That's 4 fouls. And here we are again.
You saw him play awesome first half, picking up 1 foul. And now you've seen him in these past 10 minutes pick up 3. He's averaging 4 fouls a game, man. I mean, this is hard to see. I mean, Coach Cal is ticked.
It's hard being a Vol fan. One day we can be good. One day we can be terrible. Hey. That Tennessee team and this Kentucky team were supposed to be 2 of the best teams in the nation. And both were supposed to be playing for a national championship this year. So it'll be interesting to see what happens to end off the year. As Mintz brings it up, 53-50, 9 minutes to go. Ole Miss still up. Keon, top of the key. He's going to work. 1 dribble, pull through, can't finish. Very inconsistent finisher around the rim. I sense a Cal technical coming soon.
I hope.
Schuler playing with it, loses it. Boston, great defense, long arms. He's attacking. Lobs it up. Jacob Toppin over top of Sarr.
He dunked on his own teammate.
Jacob Toppin, watch out below. Toppin takes
big.
flight.
He needed that more than you know, but John Calipari's on the wrong side of the floor right now.
I think, he's choosing out, he's picking out a ref right now. He's been yelling at him for 2 straight possessions. It's coming soon. Muriel kicks, fires over to Hunter. Hunter gets it over to Schuler. Schuler back to Sammy Hunter. Can he continue? He's got 11. My goodness. Sammy Hunter has 11. Last year he got 2 technicals about this time in the game, and the police walked him off the court. Hey,
hopefully we don't need that one to win this game.
But they came back and won. Hey, whenever Cal gets ejected or a technical, you know the worst is about to come out in the Cats. They're about to play really well. That's 56-52, 7:50 to go. Keon, it's your turn. Pools fires, it's good.
Man, that shot right there has been there every time we needed it. We thought it was going to be Sarr shooting from there. It is Keon Brooks. That shot could win us games, and it might win tonight because he's hit it 3 or 4 times.
There's a poster for you. Yes, we finally saw one. Topping over top of Sarr as Schuler misses. Offensive rebound. Sammy Hunter tips it out. He'll get another 3. Why not? It won't go. Can we get the rebound? No. Ole Miss is fighting. Schuler gets it. He's playing with it. White still down. Schuler up. No. Sarr rebounds. 5 on 4, but the refs stop it here. White face down on the court. Might have gotten hit.
That should take us to the end of the under 8 timeout. Cats trail 54-56 with 7 minutes and 12 seconds to go.
And it looks like White is in need of some attention. Maybe a bloody nose. Who knows? He's just laying face down. Not really moving. Hope for the best there. Schuler had a wide open man in the corner there. Oh, he got sat on by Toppin.
Yeah.
Toppin landed on his head. That's not pretty. Let's see if it smacks the ground or his arm here. Oh yeah, chin on the ground. That hurt. Smacked his chin right on the court. Schuler tried taking it himself there. Be the man right there. Didn't really work.
Pin my comment.
Okay.
Put a lot of time into that.
Yeah. Now I have to put a lot of time into going to my account.
No, I'm just kidding. You don't have to. But, man, I worry about this a lot, man. I think that Keon Brooks shot was one of the biggest shots of our game. And, I mean, I want to say our season because I feel like this game is one of our biggest games of the season. And that's just because it's happening right now. But this feels like it's win or go home. And, I mean, that Keon Brooks shot, before that you're down 4. I mean, you're going into this next under 8 timeout. You have Isaiah Jackson sitting on the bench with 4 fouls. I mean, you're not in a good spot.
Yeah.
And that shot was big for momentum purposes.
It was huge. It was huge. Ole Miss, again, is still up by 2. But UK is battling. You're killing the game. You hit 100 real fast. Hey, we appreciate it. Yeah, we're doing our best. Riles.
Yeah, thank you for joining, Riles. I know you're big into Dylan. Dilly. I mean, I'm glad that you're here, man. I appreciate it.
Winner goes to the NIT.
Hey, Blake. I think there is a very real possibility that both of these teams make the big boy dance.
I mean, it's not out of the question.
It's not out of the question.
You would rather,
tournament.
If we're being honest, you'd rather be in a conference right now like the Big 10 or the Big 12 where there's so many ranked teams that you have the opportunity to knock off like a ranked opponent. You know, but nonetheless, an SEC tournament run, it is what it is, and I'm 102. Hey, appreciate it, Blake. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. We've had a lot of fun.
100%. It's been a blast, man.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us. This is Daniel's first rodeo, so we're very happy for him to be joining us here. And, yeah, great game so far, honestly. Been a physical battle. The refs let him play a lot in the first half. Since then, the whistles kind of eased up or kind of taken off a little bit. But it's nothing too crazy as we're about to get into action here soon. But, yeah, somebody help me out. What is the Laker game score? Somebody let me know. Big Laker fan, and I'm holding through for the Cats, though. Appreciate, again, everybody hanging out with us. It's a lot of fun.
This is a big 4-minute stretch, man. It's big. You have to get your momentum back. You have to just get a bucket here.
In the first half.
It's going to be Ole Miss ball, correct?
Yes, I believe so. No. Is it? I'm not sure because then they missed the floater. We got the rebound.
Yes,
they stopped the ball.
Sarr got the rebound. It's Cats ball.
Yeah, so it will be our ball. But remember last time in the first half, you said that, that last 8 minutes for the Cats was the best 8 minutes we've seen them closing out a half. So we need more of that, and probably better to win. 29-21 Suns winning. Okay, so we don't have Anthony Davis, Marc Gasol, or Kyle Kuzma. So I appreciate that. What's up, Brandon?
Down the ball and the Davion Mintz over to Jacob Toppin. Corner to Boston. Back up to Mintz. Back up to Toppin. We're swinging around up top inside to Brooks.
Trying to move. Thank you, Will.
Dribbles it out inside to Sarr. Sarr face ups. Out to Boston. Shoots a three. No good off the right side. Ole Miss gathers the rebound.
There's no sense for BJ right there to hesitate. He should have just gone.
A little scrappiness. I believe we just hit each other.
What's up, Logan? Yeah, did you see Buffin kind of stared at him?
I want to see this replay.
Battling for a rebound.
Looks pretty clean to me until he.
It's a jump ball. Whoa, there, big guy.
Yeah, I mean that guy's just upset that BJ Boston's strong enough to maybe take that ball away from him.
BJ's not giving up. What's going on, Riddle?
That's big,
fear we don't.
That gets possession area back to Kentucky.
I don't think that we'll start seeing opt-outs. Honestly, Rick, maybe BJ could be the only one, but I think I think they're all. I think we got a good group of kids here, man.
Too much to move.
Now we see Buffin. He's looking to go downhill. Kicks it out. Going downhill. Good spin move. Tough finish. Won't go. Toppin skies in for the rebound. And now Askew's pushing. 6:15 to go. Askew over to Mintz. Mintz back to Keon. Keon downtown. Won't go. I mean, now Joyner attacking. All the way. Step back. My goodness.
That was an extraordinarily tough shot.
58-54, 5:55 to go. As Daniel said, feels like a win-or-go-home situation for the Cats. Jacob Toppin all the way, just lost the ball, but it's still ours. I'm going to be as honest as possible. That looked like it was off of Jacob Toppin.
I thought it went off his foot. I thought he kicked it out of bounds.
And now 5:40 to go. And now
the women's SEC tournament, quick shout out. The Kentucky Cats women's are a pretty good team this year. Begins on Wednesday.
Jacob Toppin, mid-range. Won't go. Jackson skying for it. Can't get it the first time, but won't collect. White rebounds. Toppin, he's being pesky with Joyner. Joyner. Barely get it across. They had a second left. Hi, guys. What's going on, man? How are you doing? As that's Buffin, who got fouled pretty hard. What's going on, Gabriel? Brooks needs to stop shooting from downtown, not his game. Yeah, he needs to develop that aspect of his game. When they were saying Tennessee was going to be good, they must have meant the Lady Vols. Yeah, I've actually watched the Lady Vols game.
Pretty good, man.
I've watched one of their games this year. They actually have really good guard play, if I remember correctly. As Buffin knocks in the first free throw here, 59-54, 5:23.
His free throw shot is just absolutely horrendous.
It's just pure strength. He's a big guy, man. He's not a small man. 14 points, 9 rebounds. He misses, and White gets the rebound. Jackson doesn't box out. As
At
now,
all.
here comes Joyner. Joyner, stop, pop, won't go. Rebound, Askew. Askew looking to push. We got this starting group with Keon out there instead of Star. Askew,
Small
Boston,
basketball
Brooks,
lineup.
Jackson, Mintz. Askew setting up the offense. Gives it over. Mintz, 3-ball, corner pocket. Won't go.
Goes over the top of the backboard, out of bounds, Ole Miss ball. I was going to get real excited if that one went in. You were going to see me out of my chair for the first time tonight.
They whooped South Carolina, and they were the number 2 team in the country. That's big time. As now we got Joyner. Joyner over to Buffin. Buffin looking down low to White. He gets it there. White looking to go to work against Jackson with 4 fouls. Won't go. Buffin on the glass. Doesn't get boxed out. Goodness. 61-54. And we will take a timeout. 61-54. 4:32 to go. Sar trying to pick his guys up. That's a big W for the Lady Vols. Messing around with South Carolina. That's a good ladies team as well. I mean, the offensive glass. Look, nobody even tags Buffin. He just walked right down there, man. Do you do NFL content or is it just basketball? I'm in the same boat as you with Pokemon. I have no idea what is happening. Yeah, we do NFL content. We actually do fantasy football. If you just click on the profile, scroll down a little bit, we're doing our way too early 2021 fantasy football rankings. It's joined by my man Daniel, who you are introduced to here, and your man Dilly Dilly. He is involved as well. So we have 3 episodes out, or if you don't want to scroll through, you can just click on playlists and go to the NFL Talk/fantasy football. And it is right there as well. Appreciate everybody for hanging out with us. If you're new, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. We are doing a 100 subscriber giveaway, and you do not want to miss out on it. So make sure
Which
you
I
all.
believe we just hit. So if you don't join it right now, you might never get that opportunity again.
That is very true. We appreciate, again, everybody hanging out with us. It's a lot of fun whenever everybody gets talking and throws their ideas off to us. It's really fun. Again, this is Daniel's first time joining us. So, Daniel, appreciate you hanging out. It's been nothing but fun. And
I'm going to be real upset when the first time I join, it's going to be the first time that you've streamed and the Cats have lost. No, you streamed Saturday and the Cats lost, which I was at the game. Starting to feel like a bad luck charm, man.
I know.
What do you think? Who steps up? Who leads us to the win right here?
Leads us to the win. Give me Sar. I have a good feeling about Sar.
Olivier Sarr. He's not even in the game.
He's checking in right now, bet.
I don't think he is. I think they stick with that small ball lineup.
No, sir. I think they're
I
rocking
think it
Sar.
has to be either B.J. Boston or Davion Mintz. I think it has to be.
That's
I
what.
think B.J. Boston, I think he's the type of guy, he gets better as the game goes. And I think he plays with a chip on his shoulder. I
Yeah.
think you saw him play better when the Cats fans are mad at him. Him and this dude from Ole Miss, I don't know his name, but
Buffin.
Buffin. He got a little
RJ
tussle
or
with
KJ
him.
Buffin.
I think he's ready to show him, hey Buffin, I don't know who you are, but I'm a first-round NBA draft pick, and I'm about to show you why. That's kind of my goal right here. That's what I'm picturing is about to happen. I might be completely wrong, but that's my goal with it.
Yeah, let's see what happens. I can't believe Kentucky isn't going to be in the new football video game.
They will be.
They're going to figure out a way. All those teams that are opting out, they're going to find a way, guys. Obviously, there's a lot of risk for the first year, but just give it some time. And it's still a long process away. The announcement, of course, got a lot of buzz and a lot of energy around it, but there's still a little bit away. So we just got to keep that in mind.
Just want to thank you all. We're at 103 subscribers, which is a really big deal to us. Really, at this stage in our YouTube, little pro careers. I mean, every subscriber is so cool. It's awesome. So we really appreciate you all.
Yes, sir.
I mean, it's every time we get a new subscriber, we text our group chat, we got another one. We got another one.
What score? 61-54, Ole Miss. Buffin is trying to get underneath the skin of a lot of our players. Daniel, if you want to go ahead and post that in there, if you can.
61-54, Ole Miss with 4 minutes and 32 to go.
And here come the Cats. Mintz over the top and back to Mintz. They're setting up the offense against the zone. Boston hits it over to Mintz. They swing at the top. And how did I know? Sar's in. Jackson facing up, rips through, almost loses it, kicks it out to Toppin. Toppin into Sar. Sar looking, and he gets fouled over the top by Buffin. 61-54. There's the comment.
KJ Buffin. Na 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 na. Hey. Goodbye. That is big, man. He is a really good player. He has 16 points on the night. I believe he leads Ole Miss.
10 rebounds as well.
I mean, for 4 fouls, that man's being aggressive. He went right over top.
He did. If Jackson were to do that same thing, we would have screamed and shout. We would have not liked that. I low-key want to see Tennessee versus Kentucky again in the SEC tournament.
Better not, Zach, because then you might lose.
I was in earlier on my break at work at the beginning,
right
just doing a
there.
comment.
You're
What's
at
up, Dilly?
7, so it's still the 1-1.
What's up, Dilly?
That's big.
If you guys are into Pokemon, go check out my man Dilly Dilly's account.
Yeah, for sure. It's his birthday today.
61-54.
Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday, Dilly. Good to have you,
Love you,
man.
buddy.
Sar won't go. He missed the free throw.
Of course. 55-61, right at 4 minutes to go.
Here we go. Here comes Schuler. What is he going to do with it? 61-55. Just a few stops, few scores. Schuler working, gets a screen from White. He's just playing with it.
Just
I'm not
10
sure what
seconds
he's
for
trying to
shot
do.
clock.
In, out. He makes Keon fall and puts it in. Devontae Schuler. 15 points now. 63-55. 3:37 to go. Can Kentucky respond? Keon facing up, spin moves, gets inside, a good move. Keon Brooks with the bucket. And now we got to get a turnover. We got to find something here. As now that is Joyner. Joyner over to Schuler. Schuler to Muriel. Morel. It's probably Morel. Morel downhill, left-handed finish. Won't go. Keon rebounds. You need to push, bub. Almost loses it up to Mintz.
Here goes Davion Mintz. We have numbers.
Mintz over to Boston. They didn't take advantage, but now back to Brooks in the top of the key, and he loses the ball. But did they? What's happening?
Did we get a bailout call?
Thanks for the shout-out. Big moves.
It looks like we have a bailout call.
Sense of urgency. Yes, sir, Rick. There was a...
big.
That's what happens when you play hard. You put the refs in position to have to make a call. And sometimes it can go your way, as you saw. I mean, Devontae Schuler, absolutely putting the moves on. And Keon.
Yeah, scores 57-63, 2:55 to go. This is the TV timeout for under 4 minutes. Man, it is. Rick, you've said it all game long, but if we don't have a sense of urgency right now, we might never have one. Because we have to have it. There's 3 minutes to go. Down by 6. We have to go.
We have to. This is the biggest time of the game here. I'm probably going to make us a little bit bigger for the part of the game. Just so everybody can see us. Our reactions and such to the ending of this great game.
We just want to thank you all for joining us tonight. Looks like we have 28 people. That's so exciting for us. We get super excited for that. But yeah, I mean, it feels win or go home. It's not win or go home. I mean, no matter what, at the end of the day, the Cats probably have to win the SEC tournament.
Yeah.
They have to be in a championship. I mean, and then you have to win tonight. But tonight's big. We need this. And so does Ole Miss, because Ole Miss is fighting for the exact same thing Kentucky is. They were a bubble team. They were a last four in before their last loss.
Yeah, I've been chilling here for a while. Yeah, Riles has been bulling with us, Dylan. He has. And, Dylan, I'm going to watch yours to go to bed tonight. So, like I said, if you haven't already, check out Dilly Dilly's channel. He goes live almost every night. But it's Pokemon, so if you're a fan of Pokemon, go right ahead. I know we got a lot of sports fans in here, but you never know. Great content creator there. We appreciate everybody for coming out and hanging with us, man. A lot of fun. We have gained 5 subscribers, so thank you. Eventually, we're going to figure out how to make the alert box work, and you guys will be able to see all that.
Big question. Who gets the ball in this next shot right here? We're down by 6, 2 minutes to go. We have to get the bucket. Who gets the shot?
I got money on Ole Miss. Hey, Cam, listen. Are you taking a spread or are you taking Ole Miss? Because I think Ole Miss was favored by a point. So you took Ole Miss. All right, Cam. All right,
Who
man.
gets the shot right here, Troy, because it's a must-needed bucket. Who gets it?
I would like to see them go to the pick and pop with Sar, but obviously I don't know if they. I wouldn't kick it to Sar. I would attack downhill, see what you can get, and I would go Boston and Sar in a 2-man game, and then have Jackson kind of lurking, have Mintz lurking, and maybe like Askew probably, or Toppin. Mintz. Yeah, I mean Mintz is always the safe bet. I like being a little weird. Hey, I am a weirdo. I love sports and all kinds of other stuff. Yeah, Dilly's a weirdo. Give Davion the ball. Lots of Davion. Brandon Tate's welcome, man.
I agree.
I
agree.
I
We're
saw
looking
you
at
comment a
Jimmy's
little
Jets
earlier.
right now. The only lock they're saying is Alabama, man. I don't even see Kentucky in the jet.
There they are.
Kentucky's in the airport, man.
Packing their bags. I think that's what Jimmy Dykes is saying.
Yeah, Jimmy is saying the only way Kentucky gets in is winning the SEC tournament. And Jimmy Dykes has a great little grasp on it. Here we go. We have Keon Brooks to the line for 1.
He missed.
And he missed.
He
I said
missed.
we had to hit the free throws. That is costly. That's 2 points.
Dude, our free throw shooting is going to cost us this game, man.
100%. That will hurt really, 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 really bad.
And here comes Joyner. Joyner working against Mintz. He's going to get a screen from White. Hands it over to I think that's Rodriguez, who hands it over to Schuler. Schuler now. He's going to work with it. This is his shot. His game over. Joyner, pump fakes, 1 dribble, wide open. You doesn't make it wide open. Rebound. And Ole Miss is back up by 8. 2:20 to go. They're pulling off a 2-3 zone here. I wish I understood what you guys were even saying. I don't know very much about basketball, but I know.
Yeah, man, it's time to keep Brandon Boston deep 3. No good. By Isaiah Jackson. No, that was Keon Brooks. I'm sorry. Oh, but it's going Ole Miss way. Current score 65-57.
That man Rick said, okay, if you're thinking weird, pick Welch.
Yeah. 65-57, 2 minutes and 5 seconds to go.
Yes, Riddle.
We
they
need that
they are.
sense of urgency, Rick.
Riddle, they are shooting free throws like you guys, man. As here comes Joyner. I mean, they got to get a steal.
They got him in the backcourt. Oh, good pass out of there. Under
Okay.
2 minutes to go.
Under 20 on the clock, shot clock. And now they got it in the hands of their
Just
man.
standing up top, and I don't blame him. We have got to attack if they're with Jacob Toppin.
Jacob!
Jacob Toppin on the ball. That's Cat's ball. Give it to us. Oh! Man, oh, man.
They're
7 on the shot
officially
clock.
reviewing
Ole
it.
Miss will take it out from the sideline. Looks like Ole Miss calls a full timeout.
No, it's a review.
Really? Okay, I missed
refs
that.
were shaking the finger, doing the finger wag. Here comes the review.
I'm going to be honest. Kentucky needs that to change.
They need it bad. So bad. Okay, it's dinging around, little pinball action. The ref's in the way.
I can't tell a difference. I don't think they can change that, at least not yet.
Let's see a different angle. Don't jump to conclusions on me, Dan.
They're not giving me another angle.
They are not.
I mean, you're telling me if Ole Miss gets this ball and they're able to, you have to assume
They score,
they're gonna-
game's over.
Yeah, if they score, game's over, and then you get pretty upset. Because right now, current score, I'll put it in the chat just so you all know for sure. What is it, 65-57?
Yes, sir.
All right, here it is. Oh,
Man, oh man. Would not like to be making this call. Just pinballs around. It doesn't look like it got touched. It should stay Ole Miss ball.
with 7 seconds on the shot clock.
7 seconds, 1:41 left on the game clock. 7 on the shot, 65-57. Time and score and who's in the game for Kentucky. 65-57, 1:41. It looks like Toppin, Brooks, Jackson, Mintz, and Boston.
Yeah.
Looks like Askew's in the bunch. Is he in?
I don't believe Askew's in the game. Let's
My
see.
man
Looks like they're about to
Riles.
Make the call. What they make?
Riles trying to get us up to 15 likes. They
Cat's
switched it.
ball!
They switched the call. I would like to see the angle in which they saw that.
The last time Ole Miss beat Kentucky, February 1st, 2011.
My goodness. A lot of first happening.
9. No, I was 10. Sorry. Cat's ball right here. This is a must-need bucket. Davion Mintz gets the ball in bounds.
Top into Mintz. Mintz working with the screen. He's going to pump. Hands over to Sarr. Sarr pumps. Gets to the mid-range. Isaiah Jackson almost threw it down. He got fouled.
Almost saw an old-fashioned three-point play that could have changed the game.
My goodness. 65-57, Isaiah Jackson. Here we go.
Yeah. These are big. I mean, he has missed a lot of free throws tonight. I mean, it's been pretty bad.
Yes, it
This
has.
free throw shooting team has been terrible, and that was something I was praising against Florida. And they have to hit these. These are must-needed.
Jackson, first one's up. It's good.
Good. Improves him to 3 and 5 on the night. 13 for 20 on the team. Well, Ole Miss is 11 for 13. Here he goes, shooting the second, and it is
Off the mark.
no good.
My goodness, free throws, man. You're telling me the last time Ole Miss beat Kentucky was, 10 years ago, man. 65-58, 1:23 to go. Still haven't got it across. 10 seconds. Let's go.
65-58, 1 minute and 20 seconds to go. Yeah,
Give him a
Zach, I
check.
remember that time. I remember them beating us. I remember I was sitting at Taco Bell.
That one dude, the one dude, was he the shooter? The crazy
Yeah,
shooter?
it was like the white guy. I hate to
Yeah.
say that, but it was the white guy who just went crazy.
Davion Mintz gets a screen from Sarr. He'll stop, pop, fire. Won't go. Battle for the rebound. Toppin.
He's wide open. Take the shot.
Got fouled.
Once again, fouled. And there's no one on this team that right now I would rather have at the free throw line than Jacob Toppin. He played awesome against Florida. He deserves every minute he's getting, and he needs to hit both of these to just
Come on.
make it a 5-point game.
Come on, Top. It would
How do
make
you
it
feel about that Davion Mintz 3? Did you like it?
like it. Love it.
I did too.
He was open. That's a good shot.
Looks like he's looking at that ankle a little bit. He's not out of the
Nah,
game.
he's good.
Free throw, but it looks like he's nursing it.
He's good.
He 78% on the year. First one is up, and it's good. Nothing but net.
That was pure.
Absolutely nothing
That was,
but-
as I say, straight butter.
yes.
Straight butter.
Score is currently 65-59. 1 minute 8 seconds to go as he shoots the second free throw.
Let's go.
And it is
Come on.
butter, as Troy would say.
Butter.
65-60. A minute 8 to go. This is a big defensive stop.
Keon in for Sarr. Little defense sub in there. Last time we forced a 10-second call. Let's see what we can do here.
See Jacob Toppin on the ball up top. Brandon Boston up to him.
Okay. So
He
far,
got
so
missed.
good. Gets
Fourth-
across.
fourth off.
Good trap. Drop. Okay. We're doing good. Schuler over to Joyner, and now Joyner's going to relax.
Yeah, they got it across.
We can take this one slow. And
Looks like we see a
did we shorten the game there?
warning to Coach Cal.
It's a
So
bad.
Coach Cal was issued a warning, I believe.
Really.
I don't think they would give him a technical this late in the game.
I don't think so either, unless he was just
That's what
absolutely
ended it.
asking for it.
And
Oh,
then the timeout off.
I
Now,
was.
I will say, I'm not saying Coach Cal did that on purpose, but like that helped us tremendously. Because they were going to sit there for the next 8-9 seconds and not move at all, and neither were the Cats. I mean, they didn't have a choice, right?
Little sideline out of bounds, a little harder
That forced them
position.
to go sideline out of bounds, and then that forced Ole Miss to use their last time out of the game. I mean, they do not have another timeout. We're currently down 5, right at a minute to go.
We're long enough too to force maybe a 5-second or force a tough pass. We just have to be
Like I said,
anticipating.
We've seen a 10-second. It's more likely to get a 5-second than a 10-second.
Yes.
And right there, you were seeing a turnover or a 5-second call if he didn't get that timeout off. Because you saw it. Isaiah Jackson was running down the floor.
We were about
He
to
was
see a
ready to
top
go.
into Jackson connection.
This
65-60.
team was long.
52.5 seconds to go, rather. Ole Miss is up.
Yeah, 65, 60, 52 seconds to go. 15 seconds on the Ole Miss shot clock. I was wrong. Ole Miss has 1 timeout remaining, and Kentucky has 2 timeouts remaining.
Kentucky with possession arrow. That could come
Yes.
down.
That could be large. I'd love to see that one come into play because I mentioned earlier how big that could be.
As Rick would say, sense of urgency here.
Hey, we need it. Right here is a big, big time. Make him use that second timeout. Isaiah Jackson on the ball with that.
Joyner's wide open. Layups up. It won't go. We rebound. Push. Terrible shot. Oh, my goodness. Boston into the front court. Brandon, what do you got for us? Over to Mintz. And they call a timeout. 22 seconds on the shot clock.
Okay, let's break that down. You see them pass it in, and you see an absolutely wide open. He doesn't know what to do because he has a full shot clock. He's like, do I shoot it? Do I not? He decides to take the shot, and he just completely whiffs it.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just complete, like, he didn't know what to do.
That's absurd.
That is massive because not only did he not use much shot clock, but they didn't score the ball.
They didn't score.
So, I mean, right now you're sitting Cats ball, 40 seconds to go. We're talking it over. We know the play we're going to talk about.
And
we know what we're going to do.
In a world in which we score, quickly, 65-62, we could legit play defense, or we can try to extend the game. What are you a fan of? Would you rather us extend and foul, or?
With 40.8, I don't see us scoring in under 8 seconds, which means I think we're at about 32, which means I think it forces us to, I think it gives us time to pressure up until that half court, up until that 15-second mark, you know?
I gotcha.
We get to use our length, our athleticism to maybe force that turnover, but the game's on. Brandon Boston passes in to Davion Mintz. We see Olivier Sarr come up, set a screen.
Sarr.
Olivier Sarr for three. No good. It's off. Ole Miss gets the rebound. Oh, we
Jackson.
See a foul. I believe that is foul number 5 on Isaiah Jackson, which will foul him out of the game and give Ole Miss
free throws.
a 1-and-1 free throw opportunity 90 feet away from the basket with 34.3 seconds to go.
They should be going to the line here, Rick. So we got to see a miss.
1-and-1.
Sarr with a good play design, good little flare screen. You got the shot.
I would have rather seen it with a guy like Brandon Boston,
BJ.
Jacob Toppin. Obviously not as good as screen setters, but you take that look and you live or you die by it.
Yeah, that's just one of them shots, man.
I'm gonna be honest. We have died by a lot of Olivier Sarr last.
I was about to say, we have died more than we have lived by Olivier Sarr in the last few minutes.
Have we lived on one? Because I'm ready to quit giving them to him, personally. But that's just...
Look at the rebound battle. Ole Miss with 41.
He hits the first.
Kentucky.
Which makes it 65-60 game, 34.3 seconds remaining.
Kentucky has only 25 rebounds compared to Ole Miss's 41. He misses the second.
Rebound. Up to Mintz, going quickly. Mintz all the way downhill. We call a foul. Looks like we will go to the line for the double bonus. So Davion Mintz at the line for 2 with 30.6 seconds to go.
Get yourself a technical while you're at it, Joyner.
That might be the only way we have a shot.
I mean, some missed free throws here from Ole Miss would be huge.
Us? 'Cause, I mean, I think
no, not from us.
You're not going to put that in the charge. Here we go. Davion Mintz with 1 up and no good. Once again, Kentucky's free throw shooting is an absolute abysmal. I mean, if Coach Cal does not have these guys in Memorial Coliseum shooting 100 free throws as soon as they get back, this is sad. Up with the second, front end, misses another one. And if that isn't how you want to end this Kentucky game, I don't know how it is. Because from the beginning, we have missed free throws, and now we are at 30 seconds to go, and we see one of our best free throw shooters on the year, our point guard, a grad transfer, miss both free throws with the game on the line. That's pitiful. I mean, that's not a team that deserves to go to the tournament. This game, I saw a lot of improvement. I saw growth beginning from the end. But you can't rebound like that. You can't shoot your free throws like that and expect to win a game.
Every time we make an improvement on one aspect of our game, free throw shooting, the other sides of our game get worse somehow. Like we were shooting lights out from the free throw line. We were. Last 4 games, look it up, 80% team shooting from the free throw line. Then we step in tonight. First, we can't make field goals again. we can't rebound, and we can't make free throws.
Yeah, I mean, that Florida game, you saw an amazing free throw shooting team. When you walked up to the line, you expected it to go in. I don't believe they missed more than 2.
BJ for 3,
Brandon
won't go.
Boston is-
Keon puts it up and in. Brooks having himself a nice second half. 68-62.
Keon Brooks put together a nice game. Probably the player of the game. If you had to give a Kentucky player of the game, would it be Keon Brooks?
Probably, yeah.
It would be for me.
Yeah, Keon.
Without looking at stats, I'm going Keon Brooks. I saw him hit shots that I feel like I don't like seeing him take, but they were big momentum swings. I didn't see him miss a lot. And I feel like he battled well. He didn't get in foul trouble like Isaiah Jackson does.
My man Mintz looked like he's very emotional right now. Not happy with
upset.
himself.
So does, Mintz, Askew, they both looked upset. And I mean, it's hard not to be upset. Imagine how upset we were when we lost a high school basketball game.
Yeah.
Now they're sitting in front of 8,000 Mississippi fans who don't even have to wear a mask anymore. They might cry. I probably would.
Kermit is a good coach. Players not used to the fan noise regarding missed free throws tonight. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Looks like the fan noise kind of getting to him.
That's true, Blake, 100%.
Riley Welsh giving Davion Mintz a little
Mintz
elbow
looks
rub.
like he could be in tears right now.
I think he was crying on the bench.
I mean, every single one of these guys looked defeated. And, I mean, in all honesty, you hate to say it, and I know, we are a week away from the SEC tournament, but this has to be a wake-up call. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's my best bet is, like, this gets them fired up. But then again, you're sitting at the point where it's like you have one game, and then it's literally win or go home.
Yeah, where it's you don't get another game to say, oh, well, we're one game away. Because that's what I feel like I've been saying every freaking game, man.
Yeah.
One game away, one win away. In reality, we might just be a year away.
I mean, we're gonna be good next year. I'm excited for that. And for you guys who are watching right now, I mean, subscribe right now because I cannot wait. The favorite video I will ever make is the videos discussing who stays and who goes for Kentucky because me and Troy have very different opinions, and I cannot wait for that video. But yeah, I mean, we're sitting here. Schmooter, whatever his name is at the line.
Sure.
He's gonna make the second one as well. It's gonna make it 70-62 with 10 seconds to go. Askew running up the floor, gonna chuck up a 3. He's gonna pass to Brent.
No, he's actually going to turn it over.
He's going to throw it to an Ole Miss player.
The seeding right now, if Kentucky, if the season were to end right now, we would be an 8 seed. And what gets us in the tournament, SEC tournament.
In the SEC?
Yeah. Which this loss might have dropped us. Coming into tonight, we were the 8 seed.
Yes. And 8 or 9 plays number 1 Alabama after. Okay,
which Alabama is rolling.
That you don't want to play Alabama. I don't want to play Alabama. I think they're the best team in it, and I don't think it's close.
I don't know. Arkansas's got some good. It's March, and I'm sitting and looking forward to football. Yeah.
I understand that, Rick. I really do. But you gotta stick with us for the end of this year, Rick, because I think it could get entertaining. It really, really could.
Never know. Jackson and Boston to the league, and then Allen transfers as he should.
I don't think Allen transfers.
I do.
Also, you're going to lose more than Jackson and Boston. You're going to lose Sarr. But let's not worry about that yet. Let's worry about that later, man. I mean, that's a rough loss.
Tough.
I mean, who do we play on Saturday? Do you know?
South Carolina.
South Carolina. A 6-13 South Carolina team on ESPN at noon.
Yeah, Zach, Arkansas, Moses Moody, extremely good.
Amazing player.
Amazing player. He's a guy that makes things a lot more interesting over there. So.
Yeah, I don't know. Good coaching can beat Alabama since they only shoot threes and layups. I agree, man. But they can fill it up, and they're deep. They got 8-9 guys that are probably outperforming every single guy on Kentucky, day in and day out. But this is an abysmal loss. I mean, you saw free throw shooting, and that's one of the worst things that you can potentially see is free throw shooting losing a game. Shot 15 to 25, 10 missed free throws, and we lost by 8.
Terrible. Not happy. I'm upset. But, again, our next Kentucky stream here on the X Factor Sports Talk will be on Saturday.
Yeah, noon, 12 o'clock
So
Eastern Standard Time.
we appreciate everybody. And also, we will probably have some NBA streams this week. Not too sure about the schedule. Also, follow the TikTok. I'll move us again because that is where we do a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff goes down on TikTok. Allen needs to make a move to a mid-major and be a potential star. He ain't going to be a star. Here,
100%, Zach. That team's tough. That was their goal when building that squad. Like Rick would say, juniors, seniors, you see it there.
Here is our TikTok. Go ahead, follow that if you got one. And here is our Instagram. Go ahead and follow that as well. Not a problem, Rick. We can't wait to see you next time.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Rick. You have no idea how much you mean to us. Like, seriously, we look forward to talking to you, man.
That's what we said as soon as we hopped in the party. Can't wait to talk to Rick.
100%.
So it's a good time talking
thank
to
you
you.
all so much. I'm honored to be able to be on here with Troy. Make sure you guys subscribe. A lot of hard work goes into this, especially on Troy's end. I mean, like, all day. You know, we really appreciate every subscriber we get. We really do.